Hello, love wrestling. It's Thursday night. It's 8 p.m. And you know what that means. It's another new episode of Between Two Beards.
Can we start off with the biggest news of the week? The Rats lost! But every night I make a new best friend, and the only problem is we like having a good time. Forget yourself now. If you've got the budget, I've got the time.
There he is.
Hey, boss!
There's the boss.
Hey!
The man with the finest beard on this screen.
Canadian men, boys, shut the hell up. Let me talk.
You see, the Rads are resourceful. When I got beef with somebody, I can find a way to talk to them.
And listen between two beers.
Getting down.
Hello, love wrestling. It is Thursday night. It is 8 p.m. Big week this week, but you know,
Is it really? Is it really a big week? I thought
kind of a big week.
Why don't you tell him what it is, and then I'll give him the full
It's
shoot.
another new episode of Between Two Beards, the WrestleMania Go Home episode.
There's nothing. No,
Between
that's next
Two
week.
Beards. What?
We almost canceled tonight because, we're like, there ain't nothing
We were
to
like, there's
talk
nothing to talk
about.
about.
It's
We got
pretty
nothing to talk
quiet.
about.
We could come on and talk baseball, but that's.
I mean,
So we were just like, maybe we'll just pack it in tonight. Maybe we'll just say hi, goodbye. That's it. No, no, we ain't doing that.
no.
It's the biggest week in wrestling.
On the wrestling calendar,
It's
biggest week.
And it's the biggest WrestleMania of all time, according to reports and things.
I think they're gonna look at. So hopefully you guys have been able to check out PLUGGO and myself. We were lucky enough to do a little WrestleMania chit-chatting with the one and only Ella J. That was released on Tuesday. That is right here on the YouTube. So after you watch us tonight, if you haven't checked that out yet and you're ready for WrestleMania just like everybody and just like we are, go check that out. We had a lot of fun chatting with Ella about WrestleMania. We are obviously going to talk about WrestleMania tonight as well. But there were some other big things that happened this week that we got to discuss. One, Charles Mon. Wait a minute.
Wait.
PLUGGO.
We got the
PLUGGO.
graphic. Do I need to
PLUGGO.
Oh, I'm ready. It's Punk Day, baby.
We're going to have a Punk date tonight because one Charles Montgomery Punk sat down with Ariel Helwani, and he spoke for about 2 hours. That interview was very long. It was a good interview. But
he opened up.
He had a lot to say. He talked about AEW. He talked about his time in WWE. Yeah, that is true. Julia, the rumors have been that she's going to show up in WWE, and that other guy left Stardom. So we'll see what that leads to. That's that.
There was a lot of WWE influence at Stardom tonight.
There was. Omar's in the chat. He's saying what's good. What is good with you, friend? If you're watching on the YouTube, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Let the people know. Killer Crow, what's going on, brother? How are you, my friend? Thanks for hopping in.
We had Punk say some stuff. Adam Copeland said some stuff. Cody said some stuff. Eddie Kingston said
what
some
did Cody
stuff.
say?
He was on the Ariel Helwani show as well and said,
I did not.
Pretty proud of everything that he did there in AEW, and he's proud of those guys. He doesn't feel
he should be.
Punk does. But when we have WrestleMania night 1, night 2, a lot of craziness there. There's NXT, the Collective. I don't know what you guys did before this, but that Bloodsport was pretty bananas. I had a good time seeing. I didn't know Dempsey was going to be there. I kind of I'm starting to kind of get like enamored with Charlie Dempsey there. Oh, Charles Demps.
He's the Heritage Cup guy now. Currently, I believe he holds the Heritage Cup. The stage reveal, have they not done it yet? Is that usually tonight? When do they usually do that? Tonight? Friday? Will they do it on SmackDown tomorrow? That should be happening.
I don't know, but they
Philadelphia, though, it is going to be cold out there this weekend for WrestleMania. Good Lord. Good Lord. I hope everyone that traveled brought their warm weather gear.
The Philly is in the house saying Baby Regal. Yes, sir.
Yep. I was excited to see him there. I'm going to be honest with you, Pluggo. I do watch Bloodsport every year. It's one of the few things outside of the WWE that I watch on the WrestleMania calendar. However, Nick Khan was there.
I would imagine because
there was photos of him watching along and like near the monitors and stuff like that.
Especially with the Bloodsport thing. We talked about it when it got dropped. Like I would imagine that there was some definite like, if we're going to do this, we need to be, they need to have their, say and everything and kind of direct how that's going to go. I don't think you just let Shayna Baszler go to Bloodsport or Charlie Dempsey go to Bloodsport and just, get the shit kicked out of them. So, but it was cool. It was, I liked it. I know that the crowd hated it. The crowd was super pumped for them to come out. But when they won, they were like, nope.
Oh, they were booing.
When Speedball lost, they were like, nope.
Well, Speedball, here's another thing. What I was going to say was I didn't know the whole card. I just saw that it was Shayna and Masha was going to be one of the matches. And I was like, that's good to know. And that's all I really knew. When I turned on the show, Minoru Suzuki's there. He's in one of the matches. Yep. And then Nick Nemeth, formerly known as Dolph Ziggler.
He's doing the damn thing.
He fought Speedball, and that was a good match.
Yep.
And like you said, when Speedball lost, the crowd was not happy that Nick Nemeth won. When Shayna Baszler beat Masha, the crowd there was an FU. Shayna.
Oh yeah, they were.
It was a loud
loving
FU.
It,
she was eating it up.
She looked like she was at home,
and she won savagely. She just won by stomping.
Poor Masha.
Masha's
a badass.
Impressive. Minoru Suzuki was having a blast during his match. He was like giddy almost. He was so excited.
I had such a long day. I'm drawing a blank on the match. I'm pulling up.
Yeah, Zoe. Zoe coming out with Shayna Baszler was kind of cool.
Oh.
I like that because Jordan Grace came out with Masha, which was cool. So having Zoe Stark there was also
super sick.
Cool thing. Yeah,
I liked Dempsey's match with Matt Makowski. That was one of my favorites. Matt Makowski. Fun fact about Matt Makowski: I went to that Black Label Pro show, the one that Sean Ross Sapp wrestled at.
Yeah,
and I was sitting next to Matt Makowski's parents when he won the Black Label Pro Championship. I just happened they're like, "Oh my God, my son's wrestling soon." I was like, "Who's your son?" She's like, "Matt Makowski." I'm like, "Oh, dope. He's a bad."
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And then he goes out. Then he goes out and beats Calvin Tankman, and I was like, "You guys are gonna party tonight."
Of course, why wouldn't they? So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I watched some of the Defy show from earlier on in the day as well, and that looked like a lot of fun as well. So I mean, and then tomorrow, not only do you have SmackDown and the Hall of Fame and that stuff, but you have Joey Janela's Spring Break tomorrow night. Tonight, which is happening, I think, right now, which I'm probably going to watch on replay after we get out of here tonight. The DDT show is happening over there. Yeah. There's another show late night tonight around midnight if you are a night owl. You said there's another show tomorrow night at For the Culture is tomorrow night at 11:59, like basically midnight.
And then the
got
Cluster.
Big A brunch on. Yeah, Cluster F is happening there as well. Yeah, I'm getting better, guys. We're not over 10 minutes yet. So you see that, see that growth? That's what we call growth.
That's growth, baby. But it's in 20 seconds, he's going to start.
No. I mean,
but basically, there is something for everyone this weekend. Like, if you can't find something that you like about professional wrestling this weekend, then maybe you just aren't a wrestling fan. I would go out to say. I mean, because you got Ring of Honor supposed to have a show this weekend, right?
Oh, you got Super Card of Honor tomorrow night as well.
Which I got to be completely honest with you, I have no idea who's wrestling on that.
Oh, I can tell you.
That's how little I mean, Ring of Honor's kind of just become like, oh yeah. Whoops, forgot about them.
There's 5 matches. There's 5 matches for Ring of Honor as of right now, according to the Ring of Honor website. You have,
and this is what, Friday night?
This is tomorrow night. It's at the same time. It starts an hour later than the spring break, than Joey Janela's spring break,
which is right at the same time as SmackDown.
Correct.
So they're going to get the go home, the go home show for WrestleMania.
Yes. All right. So we have. There looks to be a 6-woman tag. I'm hopefully not going to mess up these names. So we have Mina Shirakawa, Micah, and May Sierra, it looks like, versus Saya Kamitani, Tom Nakano, and AZM. I probably butchered half that shit.
Nope.
Sorry about that. We also have the Ring of Honor. This match will be good. We have the Ring of Honor Television Championship. Kyle Fletcher defending against Lee Johnson. We have the we have the Ring of Honor tournament final, I believe, to determine the number 1 contender for the women's championship, which will be Queen Amanada against Billy Starks. That'll be good.
It's got to be Billy.
That'll be good. We have the Ring of Honor women's championship. Oh man, this one's going to be good too. Athena defending against Hikaru Shida. And then the main event. And then the main event is for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship. It is Eddie Kingston defending against Mark Briscoe. So that's pretty good.
So it's a good card.
I'm assuming there are going to be more than 5 matches, but on the Ring of Honor website, it only shows these 5 matches. Okay. Oh, no, it starts at 7 o'clock, so it starts exactly the same time as spring break tomorrow.
Hey, it's gonna be an interesting. Like I said, if you like it, if you like wrestling, this is the weekend for you. This is the time to shine, man. There's so much stuff going on.
There is,
but I don't.
All right, where do we?
I don't think any of it outshines the biggest WrestleMania of all time.
Is that where we start? Do we start with Mania?
I think we can start with Mania. Let's start with Mania.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's start with some positives, some Mania. Then we can dive into the CM Punk. Right? Yeah. No, we can dive into some of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's have some fun. We got everybody hanging. Drop what match you're looking forward to most in the chat. Drop us a like. Drop us a subscribe. Share this out if you feel like it. If you're on Twitter, go ahead and retweet the Love Wrestling post. Let's get some people in here. Let's have some fun. Yeah. But yeah, this man, this WrestleMania build has been absolutely pretty, almost bulletproof. Almost bulletproof. There have been a couple of mishaps, but really it's not too bad.
We got Killer Crow saying match you're both looking most forward to. Let's do it that way. So I'll let you go first, Pluggo. What match are you looking forward to the most at Mania?
At Mania?
Are you saying? I'm assuming that is just Mania. You talking about Killer Crow? You talking about all of it? We're gonna attack this. That we're referencing WrestleMania.
If I'm saying Mania, it would be. I'm really looking forward to Becky and Rhea. And then whatever the hell Bloodline Rules is, obviously. Like, whatever that intrigue is. But if I can't pick that, and I had to, like, pick a different match, Jimmy and Jay.
Oh.
I'm intrigued by the brother fight.
Is that like your dark horse?
Yeah. I think it's...
You know what I mean?
Like, if you look, like, if you go, obviously what's going to overshine is what's going to happen in these main events, right? Like, I think that's going to be the talk of the town. But if you really, like, look back at the card in, like, a year or two and you're like, damn, that Jimmy and Jay match absolutely ruled. So, like, that's, I'm thinking because they got such good chemistry. They got to know each other's movesets. I mean, shoot, man. I'm excited for this whole card. Like, there's not a match on it that I'm like, there's, like, one match on it that I'm kind of like, we didn't need it. But the Ray and Dom, that I didn't need.
Oh, all right. I thought you were going to say LA Knight and AJ Styles.
Josh Robinson in the house. Ladder match. How the heck do 12 people at ladder matches work? We'll find out. Josh, if you're free, come on in.
The ladder match. Yes, Josh just saying that is correct. We got throwback.
No, Josh, what you need to do. Josh, you need to interject yourself into the ladder match and just finish it if you
That's
watch.
what needs to happen. 100%.
But shout out the throwback with the
Yeah,
super
he says, "What's good,
chat.
boys? JP safe at Mania. Last night's DCU AEW show was great. Yes, Throwback was in attendance. Swerve is the man. I can't wait for Collision. NXT will rock. Thank you, guys. Throwback, thank you. Obviously, I am here doing this show, so cat's out of the bag. I am not making the trip to Philadelphia for WrestleMania this weekend. Sometimes life gets in the way of things, but the weather's going to be cold. We had a snow plug.
But hey, if he had to choose, he's picking me over Mania.
Yeah, obviously, I would be in Philadelphia. Right?
I saw that.
But I had to shovel today.
I saw that.
I had to take an hour and a half out of my day to shovel snow and ice on April 4th.
But hey, fun fact, guys.
It would have sucked driving to Philadelphia in that weather because I would have been driving right. Oh, you got on TV? There you go, man. I have not watched it back yet.
You say we do have Love Wrestling representation at Mania this weekend.
We do.
Spencer Love will be there. The boss
having a good time,
doing the damn thing. So stay tuned to all of our social medias for updates on what he's got going on.
You damn right.
I think he's working too.
But I would say for me, Crow. Obviously, I'm looking forward to Cody and Roman because Cody's finishing the damn story, guys. All right, that's what's happening. Oh, you lost power, Scott? That stinks. I luckily didn't lose power, but last night the house was shaking with the wind and the sleet and all the stuff. It was pretty wild. I want to see Cody win that friggin' belt on Sunday night. That's what I'm looking forward to. I cry.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am sure. I am sure of two things. One, Cody's winning that belt on Sunday night. And two, if he doesn't, I'm not watching WWE anymore. Those are the two things that I am sure of.
You did say that. You did say at least for the rest of the year you wouldn't watch WWE television. What would we talk about on Thursday nights then?
And AEW and baseball. That's what we would do. Because I would need a break. I would need a break.
Would you pick up a different, like, would you go TNA, like you become a TNA guy, but that runs opposite of us? If you couldn't, would you fill the void or would you just stay AEW?
I would fill the void. I think I would fill the void.
Well, for luckily for you, I think you're going to be okay. But then again,
I think I'll be fine.
I don't know.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking. I want to see Gunther and Sammy, even though I know, or I have a strong feeling Gunther's retaining. In my opinion, that match is going to rule. And then I want to see Bayley. I want to see Bayley win that women's strap. That's what I want to see. But I agree with you with I think what you said at the beginning. I think the whole show. I think this is lining up to be. And it's the show hasn't happened yet. Things can happen. But right now, how I am feeling mentally going into WrestleMania, I am like, this is going to rule. Like, this is going to be one of the best ever. That I've been very positive and very high on how.
What if it sucks?
That would be unfortunate.
What if it's like just an absolute dud?
I mean, I don't think in negatives.
Right. No, me neither. But
so I don't usually try to think that way.
I try not to either, but I was thinking about it, right? It's kind of like that mindset of are we maybe, and again, I'm just we're not building ourselves up to something. No. Because I've seen, because I've posted, I've seen on the socials. I got my eye to the wild
these people, they hide in the bushes.
No. Let me finish. I'm not saying they're saying negative things. That's not what I was going. I'm saying I've seen the comments. There's a lot of wild theories. Like we are like, throw the kitchen sink at it. Throw it all at it. Is it possible that we're setting ourselves up for like, oh my God, and then none of it happens? We're just like, it was still a good show, but we didn't get this, we didn't get that, because we manifested all of this like amazingness. I'm not saying the negative naysayers. We can talk about them later. Hi, Mrs. Pluggo, the apple of my eye, the love of my life. Happy early anniversary, honey. We'll be married 7 years on Monday. And I got to,
you were a wrestling fan 7 years ago, right?
Yes, I was.
I don't need the story, but you were a wrestling fan like before you met her.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
why would you agree to get married around WrestleMania time?
Okay. Do you want the
I'm just
story?
kidding. No.
No,
Well,
it's
maybe.
okay.
Yeah. Have you
No,
already
here's
told
how
it
it
though?
works. No, not why the date is what it is. Just the
Yeah.
fact that I kind of snuck the wrestling under the radar. To
Scott,
keep
we're going
her
to
out.
talk about that because I do think she's
Mama
going to give him a good old
Rhodes.
slap, and I think she's slapping him across the face on Saturday night.
Yeah. So what I did
No, Sunday night, maybe. Saturday, either one. Whatever.
When we met, we got engaged. We started looking at venues. There was one place in town she wanted. That's all she wanted. It was everything was there. That was it. That was the spot.
Okay.
And me being me, I'm like, that's cool. Whatever you want, I'm cool with. I'm very easygoing in that aspect.
Yeah.
The venue either said you can get married on April 8th, or you have to wait till November. And she was like, I ain't waiting that long. I got to get a ring on that man now. Give me the April date because he's such a hot commodity. I got to lock it up.
Yeah. Can't blame
He's
her.
such a hot piece of ass. I gotta tie that down sooner. I can't let him loose into the wild because somebody else will scoop him. No, what happened was she was like, I'm not getting married in November. And I was like, all right, fair. And then of course, because she didn't want to get married in the cold, we got lucky. Our wedding day was like perfect. It was like sunny, 65, 70 degrees. And then the days that bookended it were just absolute shit.
Yeah, fair.
So
here's how it goes.
So yeah, I like to tell people it's because she couldn't wait.
Maybe it was
to not
Maybe
be
it
a
was.
Mrs. Pluggo.
Maybe it was.
I was not Pluggo when we met. That's true.
Wow, you were just the shoot name, huh?
That came much later, and then she was like,
That's fair.
"What have I gotten myself?" You know what she did do last night? She watched that Bray Wyatt documentary, and she bawled her eyes out the entire time.
I want to talk about that a little bit later. I did watch it as well. So yeah, I do want to touch that.
Pito, what's good, brother?
Hello, what is going on, my friend? Crow also asked thoughts on the idea of them splitting up the tag titles during the ladder match. As for myself, I would love to see them separated. I'm good with it, and I think obviously the wording that Michael Cole used on Raw, I think that's exactly what they're going to do.
Either split them or unify them. Don't leave them. By unify them, I mean let's see 2 new belts up there at WrestleMania if you're going to do it. But if you're not going to do it, and you're going to give one to Raw and one to SmackDown, which I think you should do. Yes, R-Truth pulls one down, wins it for the minute, and then gives it and then maybe he gives the other one to the Reach Generation. He gives it to Triple H and Shawn, and they're like, what?
I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
There you go.
And the mom's birthday is this day as well. We
got
got married on her mom's birthday. Super fun.
Fair enough. That's a good present.
I bought her drinks all night.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
She definitely racked up quite a tab.
Hey, whatever.
She racked up quite a tab, and then I bought a few other things that the bartender was like, are you gonna pay me? And I'm like, the night's not over, and we just gave you like $12,000.
I was gonna say,
calm down.
We paid you a lot, actually.
Weddings are expensive, guys, and that was just
they are a lot of
calm
money.
down.
All right, that's fair.
But yeah,
I think they're gonna split them. I think Miz and R-Truth are definitely getting one, and then I think the other one could go a bunch of ways. But I don't think Judgment Day is leaving with those belts, either of them. So I could see DIY winning the other ones. I could see. I mean, there's a lot of things I could see, but I know for a fact that R-Truth and Miz are at least leaving with one of those tag titles. Or if they are unifying them and there's only one winner, they're winning it. That's what's happening.
I could see if they're only going to do one winner, I could see like the Miz and R-Truth winning it. Yeah. Like kind of like a Zack Ryder thing. Get your moment at WrestleMania, maybe lose them the Monday night after.
R-Truth deserves a moment.
Yeah, it deserves a huge moment. That's fair.
He's been, ever since he's come back, he's been amazing. So he's deserved that, and I think that's kind of where you go with that. All right, so I have the cards broken down by night. When we did the thing with Ella, we did not do that. We just kind of picked at random the matches. So I do have the nights broken
because
down.
I'm not a professional, and I was running that thing. Well, that and we weren't sure. There was a couple things still up in the air, but I think they solidified them on Monday, right?
Yeah.
Does that sound right to you?
Yeah, I don't think they're adding anything else. I think they got their 13 matches. I think they have 6 on night 2 and 7 on night 1. So night 1, we have Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. We have Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill versus Damage Control, which will be Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. We have the 6-pack ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships, Judgment Day, Awesome Truth, DIY, New Day, New Catch Republic, and A-Town Down Under. Another great fact is this is a 6-pack ladder match where all 6 of these teams have legitimate tag team names. Thank you. Anyway, I'm very old school. All the tag teams used to have tag team names. And then for a long time, it was just, you know.
Do you also yell at kids to get off your lawn? Calm down, dude.
I just like that all 6 of the teams have actual tag team names. I appreciate that. Killer Crow, I would like a lot of things to happen to me by Jay Cargill. But, you know, it is what it is. We have Jay Uso versus Jimmy Uso on night 1. And then we have the Intercontinental Championship, Gunther defending against Sami Zayn. We have the Women's World Championship. I hope this match opens the show. I would like
this is night 1.
This is night 1.
This is going to be like a 6-hour Mania, dude.
This is night
7
1.
hours. 7 hours. 2 a.m. This thing's going to end.
Yes.
There's so much going on here.
We have the Women's World Championship, Rhea Ripley defending against Becky Lynch, and then the main event of night 1, the biggest tag match in the history of WrestleMania. It is The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins. That is a stacked evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Unless that 6-pack ladder match is like 12 minutes long, not even.
Yep.
Like
Killer
10.
Crow, we will be running through the stand and deliver card as well later on in the show when we get past Mania. That is
Killer Crow is usually doing watch alongs over on his Twitch for NXT. So I stop in there every once in a while.
So we will be diving into all of it. But that is a stacked night 1, guys. That is. You got 3 title matches. You got the big tag match. You got the brother versus brother. You got Jade Cargill, that whole super team of Bianca, Naomi, and Jade. I mean, that match, that is a crazy night. That is a crazy night. We talked about it at length with Ella J, but I assume all of us think that The Rock and Roman are winning the tag match. So there is bloodline rules on Sunday.
I mean,
nobody's really thinking that Cody and Seth are going to pull that one out, are we?
Right. So if Cody and Seth win it, it's a 1-on-1 match, no interference.
No interference.
I will say this though: how much do I trust that that's actually going to happen? If that's the route they go, let's say that they decide Seth and Cody get it done. Cody gets a shot 1-on-1, no out, because that also is a little sliver of the story that nobody's talking about. I know when we had an awesome opportunity to chat with LJ, but we only had a small window, so we couldn't go super in depth. But I was thinking that is a small sliver of the story that nobody's talked about, is that Roman's biggest weakness is he can't do it by himself. So in theory, the bloodline rules obviously place his strengths. If you want to even the field, you could, but how do you do it? Somebody's got to take a pin in this thing. I'm not happy with any of them taking a pin. And again, it circles back to this whole thing of like, don't sit there and lie to me, WWE, and tell me that you had this plan from the jump, because there's not a chance in hell. You had to pivot.
I don't think that they have come out and said that.
This is the plan all along. This was the plan. This is the story.
Where did they say
this is the story.
No, where did they say that?
I'm saying if they did. I'm saying if they did. If they did, don't lie to me.
They know they fucked it. They know they fucked it. All right, they know. And they recovered, and I must say,
they
recovered gloriously.
They did. They sure did. I'm not knocking.
They know.
That one hiccup, but again, they made the decision. How are you going to do it? How are you going to do it if you don't float bloodline rules and not do bloodline rules? I know that, but I also know if you were to do the opposite and not have a bloodline, how do you do it? How are you going to get there? It's easier to get there on the other side, but it also sucks to see Seth and Cody take an L heading into night 2, but it does make sense storyline wise, at least for Cody.
Yeah, I think Drew McIntyre somehow will get involved during this match, and he'll be involved in like removing or distracting Seth away from things. And I think that will leave Cody to get another ass whooping.
I want that, Scott.
That. I do think Mama Rhodes is going to at least slap The Rock.
What if Mama Rhodes turns on Cody?
No, that's too much. You can't have moms. You can't have moms doing that. You can't have moms doing
Moms turn on their sons all the time. What are you talking about?
No, not in this story. Not in this story, dang it. It's a wholesome story we got.
Mama Rhodes just all of a sudden slaps Cody and goes like this.
Kisses The Rock afterwards. Son of a bitch.
Just leaves with
awful. That would be awful. Again, that would be terrible. Oh, then you just show Cody crying in the back, like his mom.
She's like, The Rock is a real family, man. You're just looking for a piece of gold. The Rock's trying to protect his Samoan dynasty. I'm the Rhodes and the Samoan dynasty.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Dude, no, yeah, I hope that doesn't happen.
But I think it ends up being Cody versus The Rock and Roman again. And I think Cody he's valiant, almost wins, but it's too much. Cody loses. And then, then he goes into night 2, not only as a bloodline rules, but I think then he has a little bit of doubt in his brain because he's like, damn it, I can't. They always get me. They always outnumber me. They always figure it out. I don't know how I'm going to do this. And then again, we're going to talk about night 2 separately, but I think throughout the night.
Then he calls up his best friend, MJF.
Yeah, no. That's not happening. Don't get me wrong. MJF came out of Twitter hiding. He was hibernating.
He did for the first time.
First tweet of 2024 was directed at The Rock, and he mentioned Cody in it. He did.
He said, "Leave me alone. Leave me alone, Dewey."
Yeah, leave me alone, Dewey. First, you decided to whip Cody. I did that first.
And then you tried to buy art from my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. But
I was like,
I was joking around. I was joking around with Ophelia and stuff about too. I'm like, MJF gonna pop up at Mania. It's not happening.
Can we just say though,
he's under contract with AEW.
MJF is a genius.
Yeah, he knows.
Perfect. Yeah, he knows exactly what he's doing. He's like, let me just because I was like, has MJF been tweeting? And he hadn't tweeted since like December,
right before World's End.
Yep. And I was like, oh, smart, genius. Yep. Well done.
WrestleMania, busiest wrestling week of the year. Yeah, let me throw a tweet out there, get everyone riled up. Talk to The Rock.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, and we'll talk about the main event when we get there. But yes, no, I think the Bloodline, Roman and Rock win, and then we're getting Bloodline rules. I think that's what's happening, at least there. A match that I think should open the show, although I do think Jimmy and Jay would be a great opener. I really do. I think the first match of Mania should be for the Women's World Championship, and it should be Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. I think that has potential to be just like Rhea and Charlotte was the best match on Mania last year. I think this has potential to be its equal and do the same thing this year. I expect a similar situation where I feel like Charlotte and Rhea Ripley thought that they should have been the main event of one of those nights last year, and they were not.
Yeah.
And you could tell that when they walked out there, they probably either looked at each other and just had eye contact, or they went, okay,
let's go make
sure that let's go make sure they're going to have to be better than us kind of thing. And I think that's going to happen here, because I think if you would have a couple months ago, maybe a little bit longer than that, you would have assumed that this match would be a night 1. This would be the main event going into night 1 of Mania. But then obviously you get The Rock and they mess up the stuff with the Cody thing, and then it turns into shit. We're going to have these guys wrestle twice to make up for this. And
yeah, but they still would have did Punk and Seth night 1. And
you think it would have been the main event though over the? Yeah, probably. You're right.
I'm not again, and I am all about champion women's wrestling. I actually, like I said, I am super excited for this match.
Oh
my God, the way that they had everything booked, I don't think you would have done anything but CM Punk in the main event with Seth, and then Cody Roman in the other main event. I just don't know how you do it.
That's fair.
But again, like you said, opening the show, Oh, absolutely, affiliate. You know, we're a pro women's wrestling podcast here. I specifically make my content friendly for a reason. I'm not one of those pages that, you know what I'm talking about, those guys, nerds. But no, I think you're right. Put them both. Let EO and Bailey open night.
I think
let them at least have, because we've talked about it, and I've talked to we've talked to wrestlers about it throughout the years. Like it used to be like a bad spot. Oh, you're the opener. Like it's a bad spot to be in. You're not in the main event, but it's kind of turned itself on its ear over the years, where it's like you either want the open or you want the close, because if you get the open, the crowd is hot. It's the first thing they see. You get to set the tone for the night. You get to basically steal the show and go have fun following that. And then that just sets levels up for the rest of the night. So yeah, I think the first thing you hear is, whoa. And then the crowd is just elevated to an 11, right? And then mommy comes out, and you know what? The crowd loves that too. And they just have it out for 20, 25 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Mommy's going to retain, I think.
I agree. I have Rhea as well. I could see it going either way, though. I really could. I could see Becky winning, but I don't think this is the end of the reign for Rhea yet. I think this one goes for a bit. So I have Rhea winning as well. Crow, I am going to call back to that, because I do have a theory involving that a little bit.
Austin theory?
No, how dare you? But if you mentioned him, let's talk about that ladder match. Like Josh said a little bit earlier, that ladder match is going to be a chaotic. There is an event this weekend called the Clusterfuck. This match is going to be a chaotic clusterfuck. 12 dudes. 12.
One of them being
Money in
Austin
the Bank
Theory.
matches are usually 8 people. And those matches are fun as hell, but those matches can be chaotic. This is 4 more people than that. This is going to be wild. And this is a bunch of good, like, there's a good mix of teams here.
Yeah, I don't know how you produce this thing or age it this thing or make it make sense. It's going to be nuts, and you're just going to have
doing like the double titles and this potential now that.
How do you?
We already talked about who we think we're going to win, but like just the chaos of what is going to be this match is like, it's just so many people.
Like I'm saying, or R-Truth immediately just runs up, grabs them, done.
Grabs 2 of them and they run off, and then him and the Miz are out, and it's down to 7 teams or something.
Yeah, they're just like, all right, peace. Yeah, maybe. I mean, that would be an interesting thing too. I don't know. So like, if you go up and you're Miz and R-Truth, or you're Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, and you grab the SmackDown belts, are you done? Are you out? Or do you keep going and go for the, like, you know what I mean? If you're up there and the idea is to split them the way they worded it, do you grab one and you're done so you can go sit on the sidelines and the other 5 teams fight it? Like, I'm confused on that end. I'm interested to see how they do it. I think that there's a lot of moving parts here where it's going to be a car crash, but I think it's going to be a car crash in like makes sense. Like, I don't want to say in a beautiful way, because car crashes aren't beautiful, but I think they're going to do a really good job here. I just don't know what 12 people. That's insane. Yeah. That's insane.
Well, Ophelia said,
how many ladders are going to die?
A lot of them. But Ophelia says everyone's sitting on the outside waiting for their spots. I hope it's not that the whole time. We have seen multi-person matches go that way. I think on AEW, I felt like that scramble match was a little bit too much of that.
They would be smart to have like a split screen dual camera setup going. Like, I've seen them do it in some GCW shows where they have like scrambles, and they got like, sometimes they got the actions going over here and some action over there. That'd be really cool to see at Mania, like where they split screen it for us, so we can keep that way. You also don't see, as 80,000 people are looking down, people chilling. You could just have constant stuff going on. It would be kind of fun. Sierra's in the house. What's up? How are you? Are you excited for WrestleMania? Let us know in the chat. Let us know what match you're looking forward to. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to everything that we do and Love Wrestling does. We do a lot of cool shit. But yeah, and then I'm thinking, I really want DIY to win, but I don't think they're going to get it done. But I'm intrigued by Theory and Waller, man. Like, as I sat here and I think about it over the next couple of days, like, that'd be a fun little SmackDown run for them to have. I don't think they need to have it for long, but because ultimately I think they're going to split.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a chance that New Catch Republic could do something
they
here
could
too.
too.
Like I think that speaks good to.
And then they and
match.
Theory and Waller have a little program on SmackDown.
Like, you know who's the only team we haven't mentioned here? The Judgment Day.
I know.
I feel like everybody is basically expecting the Judgment Day to just lose these belts.
What if they don't?
What if they keep one of them? What if they keep Miz and R-Truth? They got to beat the.
Well, the only reason I got them losing is because I think Damian Priest has got other things to do this weekend.
All right. Well, we'll see. We're going to talk about that on night 2.
That's another thing. We're doing good, Sierra. We're doing great.
We have Ophelia just mentioned, she asked a question in the chat. She said, "Isn't Asuka still slightly injured though?" So we can talk about that match.
Rumor on the street is yes.
Yes, that is what people are saying, is that she's still slightly injured. So I think a 6-woman tag is probably good for her. She's not going to have to do too much if she can't do too much. And you know, I expect this match to be very, very good, but the focus of this match is going to be Bianca, Naomi, and Jade. I mean, that is a super team if there ever was a super team. I expect this to be competitive, but I expect Jade Cargill to win and look like $1,000 getting the victory here. I think Naomi and Bianca do the majority of the work, but Jade comes in and she hits a couple big moves and she hits Jaded or whatever they're going to call it, and it's over. I think that's what they're doing. I think
you have to. It would be just one of the biggest mishaps in not in WWE history. That's very harsh, but it'd be a huge mishap over the last 10 years to do all of this to protect Jade, to keep the mystery alive, debut her the way they did, put her in this match, and then just have her lose. Yeah. I would be like, what are you doing? Why waste all that time, especially in this scenario where you got Naomi and Bianca Belair, who are absolutely fantastic, who could carry a lot of the load and are credible, former champs. It's a big match, man. I know I saw.
Great. I think this match could open the show too if they want.
Yeah, I saw a lot of naysayers being like, "Oh, this is a bathroom break match. There's no build to this. Shut up. You don't have to have build to everything. Cool matches could just be cool matches, man." That's all I'm saying. I love it. I'm so excited.
You pay too much attention to those naysayers, bro. You just gotta let them guys.
Who
gives a fuck what they think?
I don't. I let them know in the comment. I'm like, hey, man. I usually avoid it.
Until they bother you.
They don't bother me. I'm just saying. I think that this is a good match. I don't lose sleep over it. I just think it's funny how these all of a sudden it's like you post a match about this that doesn't have much build, and everybody's like, what the. It's like, calm down, guys. This match is gonna be fine.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna
be fun. Without the naysayers, it wouldn't be as fun.
It's fair, I guess.
You can't have good, you can't have bad. You gotta have both. It's balance. I have a lot of people that love this match. I have a lot of great comments. I like talking to those people.
I know those people are fun. Well, speaking of those naysayers, you're a naysayer about this match. Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic. You said that this is the match you don't care about because there's been no story.
No.
What is that? Not what you said?
There's a story. It's just weird. It's just a weird one.
Oh, okay.
Is it not? Is it not been kind of goofy?
I mean,
kind of cluttered, kind of thrown together.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm fine with it. I don't care.
But what I said was, and I guess you could rewind it. I mean, this is in the ether now, and I might have misspoke, but I was more saying if you had to pick one match that you're like, I don't need it, it would be this one. If you're looking down the card, all 14 matches, and you're like, you got to cut one. If you had to cut one, JPJ, what you cutting? This is the match I'm cutting.
Yeah, it's either this or AJ and LA Knight, probably for me.
Thank you.
Those would be the two.
Carlito is right there, Ray.
I think Carlito.
He's sitting right there, and you don't pick him. You pick Dragon Lee.
Well, Pluggo. I don't know if
you didn't pick your son. You didn't pick Ray, or you.
Well, obviously he's not going to pick Dom.
Well, he didn't. Well, no, I'm saying he didn't pick Dom back in the day.
Yep.
He's not picking Carlito now.
Yep.
He didn't pick Santos. What do you want, Ray? What do you want? I'm starting to think that you're the problem, Rey Mysterio.
Maybe he is. Maybe he is. A lot of people are. I think you think that Santos and Dom are winning this.
Yeah.
I've been leaning the other way the whole time. I think Ray and Dragon Lee are going to win this match.
I think Carlito screws him.
I think that's a possibility. I also think there's a possibility that Jason Kelsey gets involved in this match.
the chunky suit match of the night.
I do.
Is Ray going to get another sponsorship match?
I don't know about that, but there have been rumors that Jason Kelsey has been reached out to and might be involved at WrestleMania. I think was it during the Super Bowl or when they were playing Buffalo? When Jason Kelsey was rooting for Travis and he was wearing the Rey Mysterio mask.
Yeah, it was during the Super Bowl after party.
Was it the Super Bowl after party? Yeah.
Because
why the hell wouldn't you, if some chicanery or some nonsense happens during this match, which I'm sure there will be, you have Jason Kelsey come out of nowhere wearing that Rey Mysterio mask and get involved? That'd be a fucking hoot.
Why would he get involved?
I don't know. It's WrestleMania. Who gives a shit? You just said this match doesn't mean anything, so make some nonsense.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just asking the question. Why would you make?
I'm just saying.
What is he going to be like?
He was wearing the Rey Mysterio mask.
He's like, listen, Dom, I don't like the way you've been treating your dad. Here's some green chunky soup. Punch.
I mean, I don't know if Chunky Soup's going to be involved, but he was wearing a Rey Mysterio mask, was he?
He is endorsed by Chunky Soup, so maybe they could work out a deal where they have the Chunky Soup match of the night, and Travis and Jason show up. Do you think Travis will show up?
No, I think he's got better things to do. Jason is from
Listen, if
Philadelphia, Ty is there.
But if Travis Kelsey wants to go down as one of the greatest tight ends of all time, he's got to follow in the footsteps of Gronk and George Kittle and show up at a wrestling.
Yeah, but in Philadelphia, none of those fans want to see Travis Kelsey. They don't give a shit about Travis.
I know.
They want to see Jason.
But I like both of them together. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care.
I don't disagree.
But yeah, I think what Crow says. Yeah, he played for the Eagles. It would be a ridiculous pop. Now that's a little. I think Ray and Dragon Lee are winning regardless, whether that insane scenario happens or it's just a regular match. I think they're going to put over Dragon Lee. I think Ray is going to he's going to make Dragon Lee look good.
You take out Ray.
I hope so, Jordan. I said that at the beginning.
Jordan Kirby, welcome into the chat.
What I said I was looking forward to the most this Mania is Sunday night, Cody winning that belt. That's what I'm looking forward to. All right. We got a couple more matches to talk about this evening on night one before we start talking about night two. You said that this is one of your sleeper matches, one of the ones you're looking forward to the most. Brother versus brother, Jimmy versus Jay Uso. This should be cool. This should be a cool moment. They know each other like the back of their hands. One of the greatest tag teams in the history of pro wrestling. Definitely, you can make an argument they're the greatest tag team in the history of the WWE. You can make a strong argument for that. Yeet versus no Yeet is right. Roman on Monday, no Yeet. Roman was no Yeet on Monday. Talk to me, man. You said this is one of the matches you're looking forward to the most. Like, let's go.
Third time ever, brothers have faced off at WrestleMania, and just like they know each other. So if you like wrestling, these two are going to do some things, and you're going to go, "Holy shit, this match ruled." There's not as much heat behind it as I would have liked. I know a lot of it's just bloodline story based.
It's all
for them to really like have it out a little bit more between like the promo stuff. But I think just the match itself is going to be incredible. Like I just have this vibe about it. I think those two know each other. Like they're twins. They've came up together. There's emotion behind it. They've been wanting this match for years. I think if you listen to them talk in interviews and stuff, like this would be the dream. It's the spot. We're gonna look back and go, damn, that Jimmy and Jay match ruled. But yeah, it's got to be. I mean, I know I said on Monday when we talked with Ella, or Tuesday when it debuted, that like, there's a potential Jimmy could get the win if we get some bloodline involvement. That's why I'm confused that there's no stipulation here. If I'm Jay, I would have pushed for like, hey, just you, just me, no Solo, no Roman, no bloodline, like some stip where bloodline's barred, or like we put it in a cage or something. But hey, I think the match is going to rule.
Yeah, I expect it to be very good. I have Jay winning, and there's not really. This is one of the more matches I'm confident about. Again, one of the best tag teams of all time, but as solo people, not Solo Sikoa, but as solo wrestlers, I think Jey Uso is on a different level than Jimmy Uso. Like from a popular, like Jey Uso's a main eventer. Jimmy is not that. He is a very good, whatever. And I think if you're going to put somebody over in this match, unless, again, they could, with the 2-night WrestleMania and with everything revolving around multiple stories on both nights, there's a good chance that maybe Jimmy does win because Jay gets taken out. Because I do think there's a possibility in a scenario, right, that as we're building to the main event of night 2, Bloodline Rules, that all of Cody's adversaries that we know would be helping Cody get taken out before we get to the match. So Cody's there going, shit, all my guys are not here. Seth has been taken out. Jimmy has been Jay's been taken out. Maybe Sammy and KO have been taken out. And he's like, damn, I don't know who the hell's going to help me tonight. Then I think that's a story they could tell. Yep. So, but if that is not a story they're telling, I think it's, I think I'm picking Jay. I don't know how fair,
Pro said if Solo comes out, bring Rikishi, and he tells Solo to leave them alone. Well, that's the thing too, and that's part of it too. Like it's a story that tells us as a time. They two brothers. Let them fight it out. Let them figure it out, and then if they figure it out, we'll see what happens. I got Scott agreeing with me in the chat. That usually never happens on this show. Usually they all agree with you.
Yeah, he's saying that he thinks Dom's leaving Judgment Day for Santos's group soon. I think.
Why would he leave Mommy unless Mommy leaves him? Just throwing that out there.
I don't know why he would ever leave Mommy.
I'm a happily married man, but if I was with Rhea Ripley, I ain't leaving her. She's leaving me. That's how that's gonna go. Yeah. And Jordan asking when the stage reveal is coming. Is that a thing? Yeah. Is that a thing?
No, they usually release a video on Twitter or socials that just show the stadium with the fireworks and
wait a minute,
all sorts of stuff. Do they usually do it on the Thursday though?
Full stop. I've been watching wrestling my whole life. I've
every year.
I've never seen it. I've only seen the stage the night of. I've never seen it.
Come on, bro.
I don't remember them doing that at 39.
We're gonna talk about one more match on night 1, then we're diving into night 2.
Fun fact: Solo Sikoa is 0-35 since he lost to John or beat John Cena. What the hell was the point in that?
I don't know.
Poor Solo. I love Solo.
And then the last match on night 1. Night 1.
Pluggo's a fake fan. Roast me.
We haven't talked about yet is for the Intercontinental Championship. It is Gunther defending against Sami Zayn. I think Gunther retains, and I think Chad Gable turns on Sami Zayn.
Oh, shit. Stop the presses. Joe Gacy is in the chat.
Is he? Yeah, since WrestleMania 29. 11 years they've been doing it. I told you it was 10 years.
I don't remember it. I don't remember that. It could be.
Okay.
It could be possible. I am shocked.
Yeah.
I am shocked because I'm sitting here.
How are you? Friend of the show.
Much
I'll
love
call him by his actual name.
We love him.
Joel
hey, listen.
That's Fightful champion. You want to talk about if Roman loses on Sunday, you're talking about the longest reigning world champion in the biz. Joel Pearl in our chat.
This is true.
Well, you're talking about
Joel.
If everyone in the chat acknowledge Joel Pearl.
Joel, are you ready to take on the mantle as the longest reigning champion in North America if Roman loses? Are you ready for that pressure?
I'm just saying. I need to know an official stat. But,
it's like 11. It's like 1,100 days.
I think if Roman does lose,
same.
I think if Roman does lose, Joel Pearl will be the longest reigning champion in North America. I think that is a thing.
Absolutely. Check out In the Weeds every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. on Fightful. They are the
1,114 days as of today. Joel
But who's
Pearl.
counting? But who's counting? Joel Pearl.
Acknowledge.
You can't see it, but there you go.
So
we acknowledge Joel Pearl.
I think Gunther's retaining, and I think Chad Gable. I think it'll happen at Mania, but if not, the night after on Raw. Gable's turning on Sammy, and I think that's kind of.
By the way, if Cody Rhodes went after Joe Pearl's Fightful Championship, I would pick Joel Pearl.
Okay.
I wouldn't want Cody to finish his story. I'd be like, Cody, I'm sorry, Joe Pearl all day. Yeah, I think Sammy comes up just short. I think it's going to be a good match. It's going to be a banger. I think it's going to be a classic.
Oh, God, yeah, it should be so good.
I don't know. I'm torn on what Chad Gable's involvement's going to be. He's too honorable right now, I think, to actually physically get involved during the match. But I could see him like going in and doing the like you got a good shot there, Sammy, and then like kicking his ass after the fact and maybe starting that or something. But there's a lot of matches that a lot of outside stuff is possible. It's crazy.
Oh, big time.
I'm picking Gunther. I don't love it because I say this all the time and I mean it. I don't mean it in a negative sense, but I just like, if not now, when? Because I want to see Gunther elevated to that world title picture because I think he's earned it. But then again, this run is fantastic.
I have Gunther as the super early 2025 Royal Rumble winner. My pick is Gunther. Pick is Gunther. I think that's where he elevates. But I think he wins this. I could see him losing it at Bash at Berlin or SummerSlam or and then
they announced Clash at the Castle too.
Yeah.
So that's happening.
I think he can lose it. He can lose it at one of those two events that are going to be, in Europe or SummerSlam. Maybe to a guy like Ilya Dragunov who might be coming up if he loses his belt soon. You never know. But Scott, I feel like that is a WrestleMania where they have built a lot of stories for that stuff to happen. I only think, sometimes I think it can happen.
Scott, I don't agree with you. I think that a champion, nonetheless, whether it was given to him or not, he's still a champion. Doesn't make him a fake champion, just makes him a champion. Asuka was gifted the championship from Becky Lynch when she was pregnant and went on her own way.
You got Crow saying that he lives 2 hours away from Clash at the Castle where they're going to be. And I agree with Jordan. He says Gunther retains, then Gunther versus Dragunov at Bash at Berlin or Clash at the Castle. That's what I think. And I think when that match happens, Dragunov beats him.
So in all that, we're still getting further away from Chad Gable being the one to take down Gunther.
Yeah.
By the way,
just
throw it out there before poor Shorty G.
Yeah. Don't tell him that.
Dude, I'm telling you, the man should get a goal, should win a title strictly because they put him. I'm just saying. That's a guy I want to see at Bloodsport. Zach actually put that into my mindset one night, and I was like, that's perfect. Mm-hmm. I'm just excited to see my first stage reveal.
Yeah, I know.
If I don't remember.
1 out of 11 ain't bad. 1 out of 11 ain't bad.
If I don't remember.
It's only like a 0.98 batting average or something like that.
I'm gonna have to go back through some old social media posts and see if maybe I already posted about it and just like forgotten. But it is cool though. I do like the idea of just showing up the night of WrestleMania and just enjoying the spectacle there. I do kind of like that. So
Crow cannot believe that you.
I'm sitting here going, either can I, which means I've probably seen it and scrolled past it. I've seen a bunch of like
they do the whole thing and they have the fireworks going. They got out there. It's everything. They got everything going. You never seen this? Triple H is usually on the ramp and he says, and he welcomes.
Yeah, nope. That I've not.
Come on, man.
Nope.
Come on.
Listen, I watch a lot of professional wrestling and I have a lot going on, so maybe I just skip those. I don't know.
All right, it's fair. All right, we're on to night 2. 6 matches queued up for night 2 of WrestleMania. We got Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Did I say Profits?
You ever notice, by the way, Joe Pearl only pops in to roast me when I spell things wrong?
True. He's always watching.
Yeah, he's always watching. He's like, I can't wait for that.
I can't wait till Pluggo F's up, and I'm
gonna just bounce.
Braun Breaker is fighting. He's defending the NXT tag titles on the Stand and Deliver that we'll dive quickly into the card after we're
And I
done
think
talking
they're going to
Mania.
drop him.
I think they are too. And then I think Braun, he's on SmackDown. He's signed to SmackDown. I don't think he's been doing much. He's wrestled here or there. So wait, what? NXT tag champ at the moment, Jordan, but SmackDown. So. Wait a minute, what?
I don't know. NXT champ at the moment, but he signed to SmackDown. Yeah.
Oh, never mind. He's saying Jordan as in referring to Jordan. I got it.
Yeah.
All right. We got 6 matches. These are them. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits versus the Final Testament. I think that might be a street fight, a Chicago street fight, maybe.
Philadelphia street fight.
Oh yeah,
Jesus,
sorry.
JPJ, it's on the graphic. How have you never seen it? My God.
I tried.
Why would they have a Chicago? Why would they have a Chicago street fight in Philadelphia, JPJ?
I don't know.
Guys, roast him in the chat.
I don't know.
That's how it feels.
I try to not think about Philadelphia.
That's how it feels when I make a mistake or not see something. No, but this is I want this to be over with.
Then we have LA Knight versus AJ Styles. We have the United States Championship triple threat: Logan Paul versus Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens.
How is it
you yell at him. I agree. We have the WWE
How is it
Women's
you
Championship,
screw up and they trash me?
Io Sky versus Bayley, because I'm a goddamn professional. That's why. World Heavyweight Championship: Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre, and the undisputed WWE Championship, which we believe will be in bloodline rules. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. All right. The 6-man tag, Philadelphia street fight. Cool. I think Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits win here. I think that's what they just get a win. They're fun. It'll probably be entertaining. I like the Authors of Pain. This match will be what it is. It'll be a little brutal and a couple big spots, and Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits win. That's what I think.
Yeah, I'm with you. I just don't. I want the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley to be doing other things. I think this Final Testament thing it's been going on for a little while.
It has.
And is it? I feel so bad. Remember when Karrion Kross was in like NXT at the beginning? It was just so good.
Yep.
And then they've just fumbled it ever since. It was so they've just continued. And this isn't the worst thing they've done with it, but it's just like something for me is not clicking.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's fair.
I'm ready for them to separate these guys, get the Street Profits into that tag team division. I think that's why you got to split these things. So, because we never see the Judgment Day really on SmackDown. So what's the point of having both belts if you're only going to stay on one brand and then leave teams like the Street Profits to not have anything to do really, but be hanging out with Lashley? That group needs some gold. We got Bayley Mania 2024 must reign supreme this weekend or else. I agree.
Yep. I agree. Well, you know what? Let's go there right now.
Let's do it.
I agree with you, Pluggo. And I think Josh said it too when he was here last week, is he thinks the both women's title matches should open both nights. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
The WWE Women's Championship match, Io Sky defending against Bayley. This has been a pretty good story. They ramped it back up here. The turn happened a long time ago in like the WrestleMania build. So like, I think they've done a really good job of like ramping it back up here. I loved that segment on last week's SmackDown with Io having the interview and then Bayley attacked her and stuff like that. I got it's time for Bayley. It's Bayley time.
Bayley time.
Win the belt. Babyface Bayley again. I'm ready for it. Let's go. Bayley's my girl. That's my pick. I'm picking.
Yeah, like you said here, like we've said, you know, the turn happened a little early. I know you gotta, like, when you win the Royal Rumble, they gotta make a decision. You know, we gotta press it. But Dakota Kai was out, you know, injured still. She wasn't cleared, so they're waiting on that to really ramp it up. Her involvement's been awesome. I'm a huge Damage Control fan. I've really enjoyed it. And then when they got Asuka and Kyrie in the mix, I was really into the group. I actually thought I would love to see him do a little bit more. But when Bayley picks Io, I'm like, all right, it's on. This is going to rule. No disrespect to Io. She's fantastic.
Amazing.
She's wonderful. Even what they're doing now is still good stuff. but it's got to be Bailey. If it's not Bailey, like, and I know it feels like we're going very face heavy right now. We are kind of going face heavy, which worries me that there's going to be some heel that's going to take a win here that we're not expecting, and we're going to be shocked, but I hope it's not this one. I would be okay with every other one we've talked about tonight, but this one.
Yeah.
Because Bailey deserves this moment. She's fantastic. She's always, and Triple H even said it, she's always, she's always in the conversation, but she was always next in line, or there was always something else that came up, and she's always a team player. She loves this business. Give her a WrestleMania moment. It'd be fantastic.
Yes, I agree. I think it's happening.
Pros madly in love with Dakota Kai, huh? Hey. There you go. Shoot your shot. Rhea and Bailey should open night one. Okay, you already right.
I agree. LA Knight versus AJ Styles.
Yeah.
I think this match will be good. Yeah. I think this match will be fine, but I think this match was strictly made to get LA Knight a victory at WrestleMania. And I think AJ is somebody that can lose, and it doesn't matter because he's AJ Styles.
Yeah.
And that's why I think this match is happening. I think without question, this is LA Knight winning. If I had to do 1 through 13, the confidence thing, this would be LA Knight is winning this match. I do not see another thing happening.
We should do that. Why don't we?
We still have 2 days before maybe that'll be how we do our.
Maybe we do that this year. I agree with you. I love LA Knight. He's meteoric rise has been. It's been one of the best. I can't remember anybody that has just skyrocketed to the levels that he has. But yeah, what are we doing here? If he wins this at Mania and he gets a big win over AJ Styles, please do something with him. Like we had talked, we wanted him in the United States title. I
would have been. That's what I thought they were gonna. That's where I thought they were going 1-on-1. I thought that was the match for LA Knight. He can win the U.S. title at WrestleMania. Crowd goes crazy. Great. Once they started doing the multi-man, like I would have been perfectly fine with him or even him and AJ being added to the United States thing, and it was a 4 or 5 way.
I think the reason they didn't do that is because they just did that with Roman and all those guys, and it's like. And
they but I do love Chamber, and it was multi-man. Like I get it, but like, I don't know.
But I do love the idea of like everybody in the roster or the locker room just getting sick and more tired of Logan Paul and them just stacking the deck on him because he keeps figuring out ways to get wins. And like LA Knight would have been able to go toe to toe with him. The fans would have been greatly behind him. They would have booed. They already boo Logan Paul, but when you're going against like LA Knight, you know what I mean? Like they're extra. They're going to be like, we don't like this guy. We want this guy. That when I was at Fastlane in the building, that was one of the loudest pops when he came out with Cena. He overshined Cena's pop. Like this was a moment that everybody keeps saying, well, let it play out. Let it wait. He's not ready. He's ready. Give him some gold. Let him run with it. Somehow, please.
I agree.
But I think he wins.
You had just mentioned Logan Paul. What?
They have filmed the clip for the stage reveal. This mythical stage reveal that I know nothing about.
That's been doing for 11 years. You had just mentioned Logan Paul. We have a United
States. The Slim Jim match. Yeah, dude. We got to get the Slim Jim match.
Well, Killer Crow had mentioned something a little earlier where he said, he said something about there being
there's gonna be a match every night. Right?
He said something about like a mystery match or something like that. I don't know if that's a legit thing.
There's usually a sponsored match each night. So Slim Jim gets one, I would imagine. And I could see them. They already did the LA Knight Fastlane where he's driving the Slim Jim car, so maybe they don't give it to him there.
Yeah.
But no, I am not. Now we're gonna spew this narrative on the internet.
No, we're good.
All right, you know what?
We have a triple threat.
It's all facade. This is not Logan real. Paul, it's green screen.
Logan Paul defending against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Where are you leaning here? You think Logan Paul retains? Like that's where I'm kind of going.
Yes, because I see again. We talked a lot of face heavy. I see a scenario where KO hits a stunner, Randy hits an RKO or something. One of them's down. Logan Paul comes in, knocks out one, throws him out, or something. He just cleans up the mess.
Yeah.
The Prime logo is going to be in the center. He's going to win. I mean, if do we really envision like Kevin Owens right now? Like, what, I don't know. I just don't see a scenario where Logan Paul leaves WrestleMania without it, and my hat's falling off. And now I got a fake hat. I'm a fake fan. So,
Wow, Jesus.
Look at this.
Falling apart over there.
I'm falling apart.
I think Logan's going to retain because I think eventually Randy Orton is going to feud with Kevin Owens, right? Like one of those dudes is going to, you know, right? Like I feel like that's probably what's going to happen. I don't know if it happens during this match, but I feel like that's something that could happen where they end up kind of fighting each other and Logan sneaks a win in and retains. And I think that's kind of.
Although I do like, I know Ella. I know Ella didn't like the idea of it because she's a Randy Orton stan, but I kind of like the idea of Randy Orton getting a little U.S. title run in before he calls it.
Yeah, but I also see Randy Orton as one of the first, if not the first, challenger for a new Universal Champion, Cody Rhodes. So I think that could happen as well after Mania somewhat. Yeah. So, all right, we got 2 matches left to talk about. We have the World Heavyweight Championship match. It will be Seth Rollins defending against Drew McIntyre. Is it Drew's time, Pluggo?
Gotta be.
Is it Drew's time?
Not only that, it's gotta be. If not, from just a strictly kayfabe sense, Seth Rollins, he's at the best he's ever been. Seth Rollins is going to be at the worst he's ever been because he's going to go through that tag match. He just got his ass kicked on Monday. He's probably going to get jumped tomorrow. He's got, and again, Drew's like, hey, man, you ain't focusing on me. You've been focusing on all this stuff. Now, Seth Rollins has said it on Monday. I like to empty the tank, You ain't got much left in that tank to be empty. And if Drew doesn't pick you off here, what are we doing? Like, how then you're turning Rollins into this like Super Cena like thing where it's like, he just keeps beating, and again, Drew's lost to Seth like 3 times already, 2 or 3.
And, a couple people in the chat. One thing that was not mentioned is CM Punk, who has a problem with both these gentlemen, will be at commentary. So you can assume that he would get involved. At this moment, though, I feel like if he got involved, he would screw Drew more than he would screw Seth.
I think he screws. I think he screws both of them.
I think he could. Well, okay, so. How does that happen? Do you think he maybe screws Seth and Drew wins the belt, and then maybe he screws Drew and we have a cash in? Because I think that's something we need to talk about.
I will say this:
does have the Money in the Bank briefcase, and this would be the match, I believe, that he would cash in on if he were to cash in this WrestleMania weekend. I think that needs to be discussed.
Yeah, if I was booking this thing, this is exactly what I would do. Now, granted, it would take a lot of legwork, but I think Damian and Finn lose. They lose the belts. They're at odds. Punk's on commentary. Somehow he screws over Seth. Or my initial thought was this is like his music would hit. He would, Claymore to Seth. Drew gets the win. But then CM Punk waves like this or something and brings out his new buddy Damian Priest and goes, here you go. Because he'll be banged up too. Damian cashes in, and then we get like a CM Punk Damian Priest kind of like thing until CM Punk is healthy. But based on how everything's gone over the last like week or 2, I don't think that's gonna happen. But and that's another one. Like, if not now with Damian, when do you do it? Again, and I saw some memes floating around where like Seth Rollins is laid out by the bloodline and Damian Priest is in the back doing whatever, it's like, at least for me, the viewer, like make your presence kind of known, at least like throughout the show, seed it somehow, or at least like, when are you going to do this thing, man? Like, what are you waiting for? The Rock is doing all the work for you. The Rock wants nothing more than strip Seth Rollins down anyway. So you could have a scenario there too, where maybe The Rock or somebody, he sends somebody out to pick off the bones of Seth Rollins even further just to keep him out of, because like you said, they want to keep Jay out of this thing. They want to keep Seth out of this thing. They want to keep the playing field Bloodline and Cody. So I wouldn't be shocked if Drew beats Seth and then Damian cashes in on Drew and we get like a Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre thing. But I don't necessarily love it because I think Drew would have a really fun run with the belt.
Yeah, I think I don't want it to happen because I want Drew to win and I just want Drew to be the champ. Like, I just want him to be the champion in this current iteration of Drew McIntyre, because I do think the money match, whenever Punk is ready, it's Drew and Punk for that title. If Punk can go at SummerSlam, that needs to be one of your marquee matches at SummerSlam. He feels
like he's ready. He says he's not ready, but
we're going to talk about his interview in a little bit here for a bit. And
call me crazy, but is this like
really good?
Call me crazy, but is this the most like even WrestleMania card where it's like you could really talk you into anything and it's not super far-fetched, which is nice. There's not a lot of like, we're saying like this person has to win with like confidence. We're like, Rhea has to win, but like everything is so like Drew could win it, Seth could retain it, and I just be like, well, that makes sense. But given his ass kickings he's taken over the last week and will take, I think it's time, man. Just let it happen. Let Drew have it. Let him go to Mindy's with his belt and drink his spin drifts and eat his muffins. Yeah. And tell McAfee to stop looking up at his skirt. Like, just let it happen. I'm here for it.
And then we are here. Bloodline rules for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship.
Whatever that means.
Defending against Cody Rhodes. You all know who I think is winning this match. I don't have to tell you who. But it's about how it happens, Pluggo. It's about how we get there. Bloodline rules.
All right, how do we get there?
Oh, my God. What? Okay.
What? Yeah, how did we get there? Come on.
So there, everyone in the bloodline is going to be there. All right. I think there are two ways you can go about it. I think everybody in the bloodline is there, and then I put that up on the thing for like a minute when you were chatting.
I was so focused.
You were in the zone. You were focused.
I was zoned on my booking. Thanks, Crow.
Killer Crow. Sorry, I cannot agree with you in this moment. No. Roman is not winning on Sunday.
That's the easy answer.
It's not the easy answer. What I think should happen is it's bloodline rules. I think chaos ensues. And I think some form of Cody's friends will come down and save the day, and they will remove the bloodline from the ring area. And I think at the end of this match, we do get one-on-one Cody versus Roman for a little bit, for a few minutes, the last 5 minutes, the last couple minutes, whatever. And Cody defeats Roman one-on-one. And then I think Roman gets mad. I think Roman gets mad at The Rock, like, hey, you were supposed to have my back. Where was the bloodline? Where was this? I was out there by myself. I lost the belt, blah, 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 blah. And I think that starts the breakdown of that. And then if you want to fast forward, which I said on the podcast with Ella, I think the main event of SummerSlam is Cody Rhodes one-on-one versus The Rock for the undisputed Universal Championship. I think Roman goes away for a little bit, and Roman comes back at SummerSlam and costs The Rock that match. And then you build to Roman Reigns versus The Rock at next year's WrestleMania. And that is how I would finish the story. That's how I would do it, damn it. Okay, can you take that fucking mask off now? Jesus Christ.
Oh, you didn't like my interpretive?
No, I didn't. I like to talk to you. Jesus.
Hey, that was pretty good.
Thank you. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Except when you yelled at me because I was having fun with it. Maybe
you have too much fun sometimes, you son of a b. It's WrestleMania. The time for fun is over. It's a serious talking, Pluggo. Serious time.
It's never a serious
WrestleMania.
time. It's professional wrestling. It's not that serious, bro.
WrestleMania is serious, and Cody Rhodes winning that freaking title is serious. I might
Listen,
never
just
watch
because
WWE
he
again.
broke your heart last year doesn't mean it's
No,
my
he didn't
fault.
break my heart. Some old man that had no idea what he was doing broke my heart for like the 1,000th time of being a wrestling fan. So you know what? This time, I want the guy running the show to do the right thing, God dang it. And you give it to Cody.
I have your mask going because it's down here, and it just happens to be topical that we get to talk Roman Reigns. And then
my thing is,
if you want serious, Sundays, not Thursdays. I don't know what she said above that, but yeah, you want serious, you go to Sundays, not Thursdays.
wait, what are you talking about?
Firmly AEW. Not this is
they're talking about the Hogan.
I know what they're talking about.
I don't even know what they're talking about. Why are we talking about that guy? Who gives a shit? Anyway, but like, you know, like my thing, they announce on Monday though, like they didn't talk about the days with Hogan, but they said that on Saturday night, Roman's tying Hogan for the most main events in WrestleMania history. And then Sunday night, he's going to be the new guy with the most main events. That's Michael Cole said that, right?
Yeah, he's at like
on Monday?
eight or nine, right?
Yeah.
It'd be 8 or 9.
He's main eventing both nights. So they're counting that as two separate.
And I don't like
feel?
we don't talk about this guy very often, but like I know Hogan's like, what the fuck? Really?
Yes. But like I think they did that on purpose. I think they did that on purpose because he's not beating Hogan's days. I don't think he's doing it. So I think they said, okay, this is going to be the thing that Roman's going to do that's going to erase Hogan from a record book here somewhere. Because I'm sorry, listen, it was the wrong decision. I don't care how great WWE is now.
We know how you feel, but let me ask you this before I forget. What did you consider the main event at WrestleMania last year?
Cody and Roman.
You didn't even mention the tag match, night 1.
Well, I mean, that main event in night 1, but to me, the main event is the last show of the weekend.
So I'm only asking because some people still operate in that mindset where it's like you're the last show night.
Clearly now they have established
was that it counts.
That if you main event night 1, that counts as a WrestleMania main event. And like it's not just which I'm cool with. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I think that's what Cole said on Monday. He said that he ties Hogan for the most main events in WrestleMania history on Saturday. And then you can't do it anymore, PLUGGO. You just can't do it.
I miss it.
Would be going until 2 a.m.
Well, again, I know, but I also just love the idea of like, oh, it's WrestleMania Sunday, big show. And I also don't think everybody and their mother needs to be on WrestleMania. I think it should be special, but
I think,
but again, I'm not complaining about more wrestling. I'm just saying I liked the idea of like you sit down at 5 o'clock for a 2 or 3 hour pre-show, and then you go till midnight. Like I love.
Now we have to do that 2 nights instead of 1.
No, that's what I'm saying. We're just doing it twice now, back to back.
But I mean, there are some people that you can make it like. Nia Jax isn't on WrestleMania. I would think she would be. Chad Gable. We talked about. Doesn't have a match.
There.
Shinsuke.
Yeah, I agree.
There are some teams that are not on. There are some guys and girls and tag teams and stuff that have had good years that are not on WrestleMania. So I feel like, I think
Nia will be there though. She'll be there.
I would think. I would think.
Becky, I think she's.
How do you think it happens, PLUGGO? Because Crow mentioned it earlier. He said, "Hey, did you think there are rumors that Stone Cold might be there? John Cena, they were shown on the truck." And again, I had mentioned that. What if leading up to Sunday, all of Cody's friends get taken out by the Bloodline? So heading into Bloodline rules, Cody's like, "Shit, all my friends." Are not Seth lost to Drew. He got taken out. Oh, they beat up Jay. They did all this. And then all of a sudden, the 2 people that come to save him are John Cena and Stone Cold Steve Austin. I don't think that'll happen. I think it'll be
that enough?
His friends. I don't know. Or maybe his friends do come. We do see a Sammy. We do see a KO. We do see a Jay. And they're fighting it off. And it's still The Rock is just too powerful. And it's, hey, do you know who the one guy that could always handle The Rock was? You hear that glass shatter. And then you have The Rock and Stone Cold staring across each other one last time at WrestleMania. and I cry like a baby. I got goosebumps thinking about that. I'd be like, oh, look at it. Look at it. I'd be that old guy, like, oh my God, look at him.
I mean, if you're a baby face on this roster, wouldn't you want to come out and help Cody Rhodes just to end the reign so that the belt is not being held hostage? Because that's the story, is it's being held hostage. Nobody gets it. He never defends it. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. This is what I said earlier when I was like, I think, and not in a bad way, but I think we're working ourselves up into this just chaotic, huge mess. I'm here for it. I want it all. I'm actually, for the first time, like, give it to me. I don't care what you have to do. I don't care if you got to get Wendy Richter out there. I don't give a shit. Put whatever, man. All the old shit. Give me Wendy. Give me them all. Give me Trish Stratus. She was on the truck. I don't give a shit. I want it. I want it all. I want it to be chaotic. I want it to be crazy. I want Cody to get that damn belt so you'll stop crying about it. Yeah. That's Stone Cold Crybaby.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would. It'd be tears of joy.
No, don't you even start, Ophelia, because that's what I want. Everybody told me that's wrong. I want Queen Brandy Rhodes to make an appearance, kick the Rock in the balls. That's what I want. I want her involvement. I want Dustin to show up from AEW to be involved.
Wow, really?
I want it all. Give it to me, because here's the thing. You're teasing it. Just do it. You got us. This is the thing. This is what I've been saying since this whole Cody story started. You've been pushing it. We're all buying in. We're all giving Trips benefit of the doubt. We got you. You're ours. We're in. Do it. Pull the trigger. Don't be afraid. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I've never said that about a main event before, because sometimes you can overbook the crap out of these things, but this is the time. Do it.
The only thing that I want
bring back Knoxville. Bring back Weeman.
However, anything happens in this match, I do think they should have the match end with it being just Cody and Roman. At some point, it should just be Cody and Roman. Everyone else has been just, they brawled out, or they just, no, I shouldn't say brawl out. Oops. You know, they have brawled their way out of the scenario, and it's just Cody and Roman. Whether it's for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, just give me some one-on-one Cody and Roman, and let Cody beat Roman clean by himself to win that title. And then
hand it to Mama Rhodes.
And that's it. And that's how I want WrestleMania to see. That's what I want.
By the way, shout out to Tanner Lee and the Kicking Out podcast. These guys rule. Check them out Sunday nights on their YouTube channel.
And that's how I want my WrestleMania to end.
Yeah,
I want those fireworks going off with Cody in the middle of that ring, crying like a baby holding that belt.
You like to say you're professional. You like to think that, you know, I'm not the professional one. I'm the goofy one. But all right, be honest. Put a percentage on it. Be down the line, unbiased. What % chance do you think Cody walks out with the belt?
Right now, I'm at about, I would say I'm at a good 90%.
90-10. Okay.
I feel strong.
Now, I've been seeing a lot.
If it doesn't happen, I'm quitting.
Crow says 1%.
Crow's just trying to get a rise out of me. I like Crow a lot.
Oh,
we got trying to get a rise.
We got Jordan saying 1,000. Listen, we got Jordan saying 1,000.
That's fine. Look, it's WWE. I have faith in the new regime, but it's still WWE. I'm not putting 100% on Nathan.
Now, how about this?
But I feel good. It's going to happen. I feel good.
How about this? I have been seeing a lot of this chatter as well from the fan bases. They think, what if Damian comes out?
Absolutely not.
Okay, 0%. I'm with you on that one. I don't think Damian has any business near Cody Rhodes.
If we see Damian Priest cash in, it will be for the World Heavyweight title. He has no business being around this at all.
99% Tribal Chief believe that.
Look it ain't fucking happening.
You're really saying that the Roman Reigns
over.
Trash.
And look what did I say in the LJ thing? What did I say?
I don't remember.
I said
Monday. I don't remember what happened.
But
yesterday.
I said no matter what happens,
I forgot about
this. Even in defeat, everyone should be acknowledging Roman Reigns because it's one of the most dominant runs in the history of professional wrestling, and I don't think we will see anything like it anytime soon. So we should acknowledge him. But at the same time, I'm as close to as no chance as I can be. when it comes to this.
I'm not. I don't. And I didn't talk about it. I should have brought it up because I was thinking about it today.
Don't be insulting people in there, Jordan.
Well, yeah, be nice.
Get you out of here. You be nice.
Yeah, we're all love, all love.
Ain't that serious.
Yeah, well, except when I put on a Roman Reigns mask, then he gets all like, be professional. What about Trips? Trips, I know he can't physically get involved. I understand that. I was sitting there today while I was supposed to be doing my shoot job, and I was thinking about wrestling because that's what I do.
Don't say publicly that you weren't working during work, bro.
That's fine. Whatever. But no, I was working. But I was thinking.
And then I
was doing my thing, and I was like, "Oh, hey, yeah, Triple H. Triple H hasn't been involved since The Rock told him to fix it at the presser, and then Tripp said, like, good thing you're retired too, yada yada yada. I know that Triple H can't take bumps, can't really get mixed it up because of his health issues. He's retired." But what's to say he does not come out at some point and be like, Rock, we're not doing this bullshit tonight. Like, you know what I mean? He's got to have a hand in this somehow, right?
Think so? I don't think he's going to get involved.
You don't think he's going to let The Rock just beat the absolute piss out of all these people? He's not going to have one thing to say? He's not going to come out at one point and be like... I
mean, he might come out and try to, like, get them to go to the back or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
don't think he's going to do anything significant.
I don't know. I got a small sliver of, like, maybe Triple H, because he said, you're not the one in charge here. I've got, like, he was like, how have you inserted any power over The Rock since you made that statement? This would be the moment to do it. Chaos has ensued. John Cena's laid out. Stone Cold's chugging beers. Solo stoic in the corner, but he's dead stoic. But he still hasn't changed his face. Jimmy and Jay have canceled each other out. Paul Heyman's crying. Pat McAfee's going nuts. And somehow Triple H, his music hits. He comes out. He stares down The Rock to him like, we ain't, no. And then they do. Maybe they go, no more bloodline rules. I'm in charge. Give him one-on-one. You can do whatever you want. He's Triple H. But we can get Stone Cold. We can get The Rock, but I can't have Triple H show up. Make up your mind. Make it make sense.
If the match is bloodline rules, you can't just have Triple H come out and say, "Oh, all of a sudden it's not bloodline rules."
Because in the history of professional wrestling, they've never on the fly changed a stipulation.
That is too much overbooking. That is
Listen
too much.
To you.
That would be too wild.
Like Triple H himself hasn't came out and said, "Yeah, we're restarting this match because of this." We haven't. You listen to you. Yeah, you call me a fake fan?
I think that makes Cody look like a bitch. And Cody should not be looking like a bitch.
Cody looked like a bitch 2 weeks ago.
Cody's looked like a guy that's been outnumbered getting his ass kicked. He
looking like a bitch.
Yeah, and guess what? He looked like that.
Call up some friends.
He has friends. See, now you're just being annoying to be annoying. You're really starting to piss me off a little bit. But it's just like
the first time in 148 episodes. I'll take it.
No, we're almost at 150, bro. It's real.
I know.
But no, because that's why I want the 1-on-1 at the end of the match, because you need to.
Well, how do you get there then?
Bro, I just told you, all of Cody, whether you're doing the Stone Cold Cena thing or you're doing Cody's friends, they're going to come down and remove the bloodline and fight back. It could maybe it is the whole roster. Maybe they do that.
That's crazy.
But like, I think that's how you do it. Because I think if Cody wins the match due to somebody like really helping him win the, like if everyone wants The Rock to turn on Roman, that's been the long thing. I think The Rock's going to turn on Roman. If The Rock hits a rock bottom on Roman and Cody just pins Roman, I'm happy Cody's the champion, but to me personally, I'm like, no, I need Cody to beat Roman.
I'm just throwing Trips out there as some involvement because it's part of the damn story. It was at the beginning of the damn story.
They're going to change stipulations.
I'm just saying there's things they could do. I'm saying like it's never been done before.
It has, but I mean, come on. You can't make Cody
look. You can do whatever you want. It's wrestling. He lost last year looking like a bitch.
Yeah. So if you do it 2 times in a row, that's a problem.
I'm just saying.
That is a problem. That is a problem if you do it.
Listen, I know I'm never going to get you to budge off your little stance there, but Crazier things have happened in this sport that we call professional wrestling. I'm just not ruling anything out. I'm open to everything.
I just think,
I kind of hope, because I just kind of hope that Roman wins just so Thursday's show is going to be.
I will not be here. This could be my last show. I swear. Oh, you think I'm kidding?
You're going to quit the show.
We're at 149. We're not going to make it to 150 because I will pop on at the beginning. I'll say I'm retiring from watching professional wrestling. I cannot do it anymore.
Listen,
I do it anymore.
I don't think I don't think any of the ideas I'm throwing out for this Bloodline rules are like the best ideas of the world. I just think it's going to get so it's going to be so overbooked that it's going to come back around to being like, that was the greatest thing ever. They're going to do some shit, man. I'm just saying. And again, Triple H is not the type of guy that just sit on the fucking sidelines. He's not. When is he ever?
I think Triple H can get involved in this match, and it's not a problem. I think Triple H coming out and just saying, "Oh, by the way, regular match," that's nonsense.
Hear me out.
I think the way you present it, I'm not coming at you for your thinking Triple H is going to get involved. I'm coming at you because the way you said it would be the dumbest thing ever besides having Roman beat Cody last year at WrestleMania.
Rock, you just killed 4 referees. Sorry, we're going to restart this match. You guys got to go to jail now. You murdered everybody.
Maybe.
Rock, remember whose show this is. Like, he's going to get one up on The Rock. They had a rivalry too. They still have a rivalry.
Yeah, and I think that could very much be something. I think you can't physically do it, but no, I think that could be something.
Not at all, dude. I'm telling you.
Changing.
Oh, like it's never happened before. Like it's never happened. Like it's never happened. Like it wouldn't be the first. Prison changes a man. Affiliate gets it. Affiliate gets it.
Wait. Who else? Triple H was in prison? Am I missing something? Is that about Dom?
Maybe.
What are we talking?
I'm sure Triple H has left in handcuffs on a show before. DX was a rowdy bunch, man.
For sure. And that's WrestleMania, gang. All right. What a way to go out there. That was WrestleMania. Oh, yeah, dude. Over 90 minutes we did that shit. Let me tell you. It's a big one. It's a big one.
It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild when none of that happens. It's just a straight one-on-one.
Yeah, just
we're all again, and that's the other thing. Like we're all just assuming it's gonna be Bloodline rules, right? And then they just don't do that night one. They give it to Cody and Seth, and we're like, oh shit.
Hell yeah, bro.
So we fought over nothing.
Basically.
Yeah. See, JPJ doesn't listen to me, affiliate, especially when I go crazy. Yeah. He puts his blinders on and hey, Drew Nicholas is here saying, you know what? Now I'm thinking that they do have Roman win with The Rock being the deciding factor. Then Triple H restarts it and the crowd is deflated and realize it's going to happen for real. So I spew my nonsense into the world. And
that to me makes Cody look like a bitch.
Hey, if he needs Stone Cold and Cena to help him, and he
needs those guys to help him because, dude, but Roman has won every match.
John Cena didn't ask for help when he beat the Nexus. He did it all by his damn self.
That had a different person running the show who didn't give a shit about anybody else.
I only have that to go on, buddy. I don't have a whole history of the other guy not being there to go off of. I only have the last.
But you need to understand, you have a whole history of that guy not knowing how to run a wrestling show.
I agree, but
this is a real wrestling show with somebody with a brain running it. I don't think there will be chaos and nonsense. Dumbass shit's gonna happen as often anymore.
You don't think so, huh?
I don't. Okay. That's just me.
Our truth is still doing dumbass shit, and it's gold.
Yeah, but that's it. See now again. This might be the last episode of Between Two Beards. You keep this shit up.
But just spewing.
Yeah, because you're just doing it to do it.
Now I am, because you're getting so mad over wrestling. You just told me it's just wrestling.
It is. R-Truth's whole shtick is that he does dumbass shit. That's not the same as making dumbass decisions. This would be a dumbass decision. It would not be a good decision.
But I don't think so.
Running a company.
Because wrestling is subjective. Triple H is about teasing the crowd, though, putting the graphic up and making you think the show is over. A surprise twist happened.
Sorry, just not happening. I'm sorry.
It might be the last episode of Firmly AEW too.
It's just not happening.
It might not. It might not.
No, I'm not saying it might not. It's not.
Okay.
It's not happening that
All
way.
right.
Roman might win.
When time to play the game hits, I'm going to be texting you and being like,
do you think it would be that or it would be King of Kings?
Either one. Well, time to play the game seems kind of fitting where it's
he's
like,
not coming out as wrestling Triple H. He's coming out as
he might, maybe
King of Kings.
I don't know. I don't know what. Yeah, it could be. I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing something. I know he's doing something.
Maybe.
I have a feel he's going to be out there.
We then have. Well, you think he gets more involved in the tag match? I mean, because of the bloodline rules. Is that what you're saying? That makes sense.
Well, Triple H is the type. I don't
know
what to tell you because I don't want you to be pissed off, but I think Triple H is the type of guy that would be like, I got Cody and Seth. They got this. They'll figure it out. They're my two workhorses. Like they'll take care of business. Then they don't take care of business, and he realizes, oh shit, I've let this go on too long. I've let this go too far. Cody's getting absolutely annihilated. Brock's cussing up a storm. There's blood everywhere. This is getting out of hand. I got to step in at some point. I run this fucking company. That's all I'm saying. He's Triple H. It's his. That's how he's operated his entire career. Is he steps in. And what's best for business is not letting the bloodline absolutely desecrate and decimate the main event of his WrestleMania, because this is his WrestleMania. If you don't think he's going to get involved in some way, and he could do that, he could. I don't know. It may, and I don't think it's going to happen. I'm not sitting here being like it's going to happen, but I'm telling you, that's Triple H, man. That's his whole career laid out. As he steps in when he thinks he needs to step in and take care of it. And he's going to take care of it.
You presented that the way you just presented that to me was way better.
Way better.
You presented it to me the first time because I wanted to rip your head off your shoulders.
But he has, he's given us what we've wanted, like Daniel Bryan winning the belt at a wrestling event, and then going, Randy, come out and take care of it and cash in and take the cookie from us. He's been known to do it. I'm just saying. Yeah, look, you can also call back when the Shield helped Punk against Rock. I'm just saying, I want it all. I'm excited for it. I've pissed JPJ off to the point where we might not do a show next week. And hey, it'll be between no beards, because if he doesn't do the show, I'm not doing the show. That's just how it's going to go. If you quit the show, Beards is dead.
Don't put that pressure on me, bro.
If you quit the show, I would understand it and I would respect it, but I'm not going to do Between Two Beards with a brand new co-host next week. What kind of person do you think I am after 3 years?
Imagine that. JPJ, Roman Reigns beat Cody at WrestleMania, so JPJ's taking the rest of the year off. Between Two Beards, new co-host.
Remember the movie?
And I'm just like, wow.
Remember the movie The Breakup?
Holy moly. Yeah.
When he's like, listen, I'm going to need your shirt back, but it says Gary on it. Yeah, that's true. But we found a guy who's also named Gary. So it kind of works out. I just have this is fake JPJ.
That's hilarious.
Guys, this is JPJ. This isn't anybody else. And then I yell at him the whole time. I'm like, no, you're supposed to say it's Thursday night. You know what that means. What is that garbage intro you just did?
Yeah.
Listen, fake JPJ, I hired you for a reason because Roman Reigns won. What if Triple H comes out and sides with the bloodline?
Oh my goodness. Just stop it.
You want to talk? You want to talk about CM Punk? I'm so excited for this. You're like, I'm an idea man, and I thrive on enthusiasm, and you're bringing me down with your goddamn negativity.
Yeah, sorry. I'm going to be negative about it because the damn ideas are not good ones.
Not every idea is a good one, man.
I support you when I support you, but when you sometimes
creative process
and things, and people need to go, that's not that good one. Let's work on that one. We got to work on that one together. Yeah, there you go. Just have Mama Rhodes pin, whatever.
Dude, why not?
Gives a shit.
There you go. I'm all for that too.
Yeah. Why not?
Why not? I mean, I wouldn't mind Mama Rhodes getting a little physical and like slapping the Rock or something, or kicking him in the balls or something. But
all right, Well, she's definitely she's slapping the rock.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's definitely
slapping the rock
right in the face. So you want to talk about CM Punk?
Yeah, I think that's probably where we should go next, huh?
Yeah, should we?
Yeah, probably.
Well, I got you fired up.
No, I'm good.
What'd you think of the interview? How about that? We'll start there. What did you think?
I thought the interview was good. I thought, dude, he almost talked to the guy for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was long. I think the interview was good. I don't really. I think it gave us a couple more details than we had known, but I don't think it was anything that was like, yeah, the interview with Hawani. Yeah, I don't think it was anything that was like super crazy or whatnot. But it was nice to hear him talk about it. And I know there were still some things that he said, "Hey, I have an NDA on that. I can't talk about Brawl Out like in detail and stuff." But like, you knew he was going to talk about it a little bit. But I thought he gave you some insight on it. More importantly, I think from the vibe that I got is it feels like that he is truly like over and done with it. Kind of like, you know, like he talked about it and he was like, yeah, you know, but he was like, I got friends there. I hope they do well. He was like, yeah, it's stupid. Like, I should have talked about it. You know, I wish I could talk about it, but like, it didn't seem like he was holding on to any anger or anything.
A fat paycheck will do that though too with your work company.
Yeah. 100%. He did. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I would imagine when he got the green light to do the interview, because I'm sure he had to check it. They were like,
he had to know it was coming, right?
Like, well, yeah, but I also know maybe the WWE is like, yeah, go ahead, you know, do it, answer the questions, be open, be honest, but let's not get into a, you know, pissing contest here, because like I'm a huge CM Punk fan. He's my favorite. And I saw both sides of it where people were like, you know, he can't keep AEW out of his mouth, but you know, he answered the questions open and honestly, I think. But I also take things that Phil Brooks, CM Punk says with a little grain of salt, where I know, like,
of course,
do I 100% believe that you just went up to Jack Perry and were like, hey Jack, hey bud, like, why don't we try this? And Jack Perry just completely of it. No, I bet you there was a little more to it. I'm sure he was a little more hostile about it because he wasn't happy at the point that he got to Jack Perry. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it's probably a shorter fuse than he's leading on. But again, I think he handled it very well. I think he didn't say anything too crazy or too out of pocket.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's just I was more interested in the discourse today over what Copeland said, which I still don't know why people are mad about that either. Because
I don't know why people would get upset about a person that works for a company that goes out there and promotes the company that he works for.
Not only that, promoted just wrestling in general and was like, hey.
He didn't even like disparage any other place. He just said like, hey, the reason I can't, you know, I don't understand why people would go like, okay, I get it. Monday, the Punk interview comes out. And then I think what was really the worst decision AEW made on Monday was to then, after that Punk interview, still release a bunch of people. I think you probably could have waited. That is just one thing that stuck out to me. So AEW, you know, they got beat up a little bit for that. You know, it wasn't a good look. You had CM Punk kind of talking about, you know, multiple times he said they're not a real business. They're not in the same business as me.
He said far worse things than
Copeland. And you know, he went into detail about the Jack Perry incident. We found out that he didn't punch him, but he choked him, and he said, "You're gonna fix this, Tony." And Tony didn't, and he called Tony not a boss. But he said Tony's a nice guy. He was asked, if you saw Tony, what would you say to him? And he said, I'd say, hey, what's up? Like, Tony's a nice guy, but he's not a boss.
Yeah, and that's what Crow's saying right there. Like, why didn't Tony try to solve all this to the point where it got? And that's just it. Not everybody's, I don't know. I'm not there. I'm not in the backstage. I'm not working for AEW. I have no idea. But I also know that, like, some people just don't do well with that kind of confrontation. And maybe Tony just was, you know, maybe he tries too hard to make a lot of people just happy and like, yeah, you know, he's a people pleaser. I don't know how it got there. And again, we only really know what Punk said. I don't know what Tony had spoken on it a little bit, but he also was like, you know, I tried to step in. I feared for my life. When he said that, it was kind of crazy, but I don't know. I don't know why he didn't.
Yeah.
But it also, the way Punk spun his side of it, it sounds like Jack Perry's a real piece of shit. He was like, he cussed out this guy, cussed out that guy. And then they asked me to step in at this point. And it's like, if that's true, well, then Jack's definitely in the wrong. But again, it's CM Punk. The narrative is the narrative. But yeah, like it would be silly to think that Adam Copeland was going to come out on Wednesday and just be like, yeah, his company blows. Don't come here. I hate it here. No, he's doing his job. He's doing the right thing. He propped up wrestling and tribalism. Yeah, affiliates, all tribalism. And it, it's this company sucks. This company. I don't get that. I don't get I like both companies, both main companies. I think there's problems with both main companies. I think there's things that each one of them could do better at. AEW definitely has things that they could do better at right now. And CM Punk kind of alluded to some of it. And it's like, well, it is what it is. But I think wrestling's in a really cool spot. I think people saw CM Punk mentioned AEW and immediately thought it was just took the snippets of it. But if you actually sat and kind of listened to it and he was really articulate with his thoughts. He was very well thought out. It was hey, I'm not just going to shoot at the hip here like he's done in the past. So in a lot of ways, it looks like he's grown. Hell, AEW maybe in the past would have immediately took some shots right away. I know that there was some other things said throughout the show, but that opening promo, it's it is what it is. I know the Young Bucks shouted out the scapegoat.
And then when the thing with Sue at the end of the match, cry me a river, and they were doing, they were
taking their shots. But WWE is taking their shots too. It's just, has AEW made the mistakes to say we're going to be an alternative, we're going to be sports based, we're going to compete with the WWE? Yeah, sure. Maybe you guys are holding on to those things, and are there fundamental problems with the way the show is put out and what some of the booking decisions? Maybe. Yeah, that's subjective to what you think, but I happen to like both programs. I think both programs are fine. I watch both of them every week. I sit here and come up with crazy harebrained schemes based off those programs. But I thought the interview was fine. I didn't think anything was wrong with it. I'm waiting for Jack Perry to respond because I love chaos and I want to hear what he has to say.
Yeah, if he does. I don't know if he will, but who knows?
I think he will. It would be crazy just based off the character he's working now, tearing up the AEW contract, doing this thing in New Japan, calling himself the scapegoat, to not at least respond. I don't know if it would be anything of value. I don't think Jack Perry's going to get into a war of words with CM Punk. And I hear both sides. Everybody saying keep both names out of the companies. I don't care. Take shots at each other. Why not?
Yeah, it's fair. That's fair. Scott, strap in, bro, because you're getting the Sue video tonight.
Scott, don't you dare talk about my girl Thunder Rosa and Sue like that.
Oh, Scott talks trash about Thunder Rosa in the chat every week.
I know he does, and I like Scott, but I like me Thunder Rosa, man. Hey.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right. Yeah, and listen, if you haven't heard the Punk video, at least the AEW portion of it, I think Drew and I will be diving into a little deeper on firmly AEW. But it's a 2-hour interview where he talked to Ariel Helwani for literally almost 2 hours. He talked about his return in WWE, which that was really good stuff. You could tell, to me, another thing that I got was you could tell, at least in this moment, and we know it's CM Punk, it can change at any time, that he's happy. He sounds and looks like he's happy where he's at. And at the end of the day, if that's it, that's it. That's really what matters.
The end of the rope.
I feel like if he really wanted to dig in and he could have been a real a-hole to AEW, he could have. He did say some things, don't get me wrong, but I feel like all in all, he handled himself pretty well. And
yeah, because what does he really have to gain anyway by he's already one of the most popular wrestlers of all time in the world. What does he have to gain by getting into a pissing contest? He's getting paid right now. The WWE thing is going well. By all reports backstage, he's positive is the word that they're using. Yep. Why even bother? Especially if your company that you're in right now doesn't view the other one as competition. Why would you maybe overstep that line. So I think, like I said, I think he said enough. He grabbed the headline. He's a smart dude. He knows exactly like, hey, if I say it this way, they're going to take it. That's going to be a soundbite clip. But if that's all they're going to hear and it's going to take off. But if you listen to it all the way through, you hear like, no, he's actually kind of really, he's owning his shit in that altercation. He's, obviously telling you why he did what he did. I thought it was fine. I think I thought what Ed said was fine. I thought this was all fine. I think this is such a silly thing to be talking about WrestleMania week. And of course, CM Punk started it by talking about it. But yeah, relax. It's wrestling. It's all, it's a sport where it's predetermined and anything is possible.
Kevin Garnett.
That's right. That's right. There you go. Boston Celtic legend. No, you don't think so?
No, he is. Listen.
Is he all-time top 5? No, but he's a legend.
Celtics. No, he shouldn't have got his number retired.
Yeah, no, that I didn't agree with. But he did. I mean, he won him a chip, but I don't think he was. Yeah, no, for sure. I'm with you there.
Yeah, he shouldn't get his number retired. Now they're talking about Ray Allen. I'm like, bro, the dude was here for 3 years. Like, I get it. We won a championship. God bless. But 3 years? No. Come on. What are we doing? But I'm also the guy that thinks that Craig Biggio shouldn't be in the Baseball Hall of Fame. So, I don't want to get into it. The way of the world, if you're a good player now, you get into the Hall of Fame. And from how I view it is, the Hall of Fame should be the Hall of Fame. I know I've cracked a joke about Paul O'Neill and stuff, but like just in general, like there was rumor a couple of years ago, whatever, that like Johnny Damon was getting votes. And I don't like how Johnny Damon went from the Red Sox to the Yankees, but I like Johnny Damon. He was one of my favorite Red Sox when he was here. If I'm going to Cooperstown and I'm walking into the Hall of Fame and I see outfielders and I go, oh man, Babe Ruth, Joe DiMaggio, Ted Williams, Roberto Clemente, Willie Mays, Johnny Damon. No.
Johnny Damon. You got the sweetest ass in the league.
Sorry. Guess what?
Oh, I'm with you. If you're around my neck of the woods, the Bears fans here are petitioning to have a number 1 patch put on their jerseys next year to honor Justin Fields.
Okay, but they're being idiots.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. That's the era we're in. They're
like Craig Biggio is the perfect example to me, because Craig Biggio was a very good player for a long time. 3,000 hits, all those things. The only reason he got to 3,000 hits is because he played for 24 years. Now, again, you want to make the argument, well, longevity usually, blah, blah, blah. No. At any point, was Craig Biggio the best player in baseball? Like the best player?
No, but he's probably.
You're not
no. But he was best at his position. They don't look at it like that.
Was he? When was he the best second baseman in all of baseball?
I'm just saying that. But you said all of baseball. They don't look at. They look at it by position. When was he the best at his position?
In my opinion, to be a Hall of Famer, lose crying.
Bring him in. He hasn't been on camera all night.
In my opinion, to be a Hall of Famer in any sport, you need to be without question one of the top 2 to 3 most dominant players for a certain fraction of time.
But since they left all the steroid guys out, they have left a huge chunk, so that's part of it in baseball, which is a huge problem. So
I do think that's part of it. But like to me, like I look at Craig Biggio, I'm like, this dude played for 22 years. He was a good player. Don't get me wrong. Never was he the best player in the league ever. Never was he the best player at his position ever. Like he just never was. He was just a real good player. And I'm sorry, it's not the Hall of Very Good. It's the Hall of Fame. Fame. You need to be one of the best. I have a very strict, I hear certain names go in there and I'm like, what are we doing? And it's in pro football too.
Harold Baines, baby. I'm with you. I don't disagree with you there. I don't at all. I just know that baseball has that problem because basketball has a problem because it's all of basketball and it gets weird. Football, I think football's tough because you're judging based like nobody's doing 22 years in football. You know what I mean?
I will not.
So you
take
have
the
to go like, oh, was that 4 years stretch an all timer, or was, even though they played 11, but for 4 years they were like the best? Does that count? It's a tough. It's all subjective.
I will not take the Hall of Fame of the NFL seriously until Rodney Harrison is in there, and that is the I do not take it seriously because Rodney Harrison played. You just said you can't judge over a long career. Rodney Harrison played for like 14 seasons.
I said not all.
He's the only safety. He might even be the only secondary player. He's the only safety in the history of football to have 30 sacks and 30 interceptions. And because some people, and he was at times, some people viewed him as a dirty player. He injured a few guys. He got caught with steroids once. I think he got suspended in San Diego for 4 games one time before he came to the Patriots because we don't cheat. But before he came to the Patriots, you know, when the other teams, Lou's trying to get out of here. When the other teams would just cheat their way to victories and stuff before the Patriots came and made the league honest. He was suspended.
Now who's trolling who? Now who's trying to piss off who? Listen to you.
I'm just saying. I'm just spitting facts. So that happened. That happened. And he's not in the Hall of Fame because, you know, it's garbage. It's garbage. Speaking of, I want to say 3 weeks from tonight? Is it the NFL draft extravaganza? Before we get out of here, right? The NFL draft's 3 weeks from today, right? The thing? End of the month?
Yeah, it'd be the last Thursday of the month.
Will that be the 4th? How many years have we been doing this? Would it be the 3rd?
It'd be the
Between Two Beards NFL draft watch along?
I think so. It'd be the day before my birthday if we make it to that episode. Whoops.
We're making it to that episode. All right, Pluggo.
No, yeah, because if we go tonight, next week would be our Mania Reacts.
Yep.
The following week would be the Quizplex show. So it'd be our
that week is also leading into Dynasty that week.
Leading into Dynasty that week. So we'll have to figure that out. We might have to do a separate, like we just break that down because it's a new pay-per-view. It's going to take up, and depending on what happens between now and then, we'll see. And then, it would be that's my birthday weekend.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
I'm going to be old as shit.
I'm older than you, so I don't want to hear about it. You can go
cry. What was that? I love how you started yawning when you said it too. Like, I'm definitely older than you. Like, man, I'll tell you what, man.
People would turn on this and they would think I'm 15 years older than you. It's only a couple of years, but I'm older.
How old is JPJ? I'm like, he's 22.
Look at him. He looks like he's
22.
Like 38, man. 38.
He went gray at 13.
I went gray at 19. It was early.
Yeah.
I started getting significant grays up here when I was probably 19. I know you don't. And then the beard lasted till about 24-ish before it started getting the grays. And then I was like, all right, that's it. It's over, guys.
I know it's coming for me because there's some sprouting in. And then when I'm like in the bathroom doing my thing and I look in the mirror, I'm like, my hair is significantly lighter than it was. It's coming. And Mrs. Plug always goes, I've had gray hairs for years. Shut up. And I'm like, but I haven't, and it's usual.
Once this started going, when I was 19, wow, did they really?
Woo! That's a good way to get your money out of Alex Shelley. Now he's going to be in AEW because Motor City, baby.
He's out. Yeah, he's out.
I don't like that because I'm from here.
Wait, what does that mean? Oh,
that's what they do when you're from Michigan. You go when somebody goes, "Where are you from in Michigan?" They go, right here, because it looks like I'm from right here, but I'm from right.
Does Michigan look like a hand? I'm an idiot.
I don't know. I haven't seen a WrestleMania reveal, and you don't know the state of Michigan looks like a mitten?
No. The fuck do I care about Michigan?
I mean, I'm with you there, but if we're gonna,
the hell do I give a shit? They got a bunch of lakes. That's all I know. What the hell do I care about Michigan?
But yeah, so you'd say I'm from right here, this part up here, and then like I said, but I'm from Indiana, so
you're below the line.
Yeah, I'm I'm from here. I'm from the wrist.
Quickly before we leave.
Yes, before we leave.
I know you had mentioned earlier in the show that you watched the Bray Wyatt documentary.
I did.
I had watched the Bray Wyatt documentary. Yes. I loved it. I thought it was excellently made. But the last 45 minutes of it, I was an absolute mess.
Yeah.
But I thought it was beautifully done.
Did you yell at the screen at all during it? Like when they were like, Bray was hard to work with sometimes, and he really, and I was like, yeah, because you guys gave the title to Bill fucking Goldberg.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Way to conveniently forget about that Hell in the Cell match that you guys started.
Yeah, they did not talk about that. They didn't show that at all.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like they were like, no, it was great. Mrs. Pluggo and I watched it. She bawled her eyes out the whole time.
Yeah,
I was getting misty eyed and teary, but like there was a couple of times where I was just like, yeah, the reason the character wasn't connecting is because you guys kept making really dumb booking decisions with him. But no, like it was fantastic. It's one of the best. Did you see the tease kind of at the end? They kind of teased Uncle Howdy again.
Uncle Howdy and Bo Dallas.
Yeah. Dude,
so
nuts.
Again, I think it would be nice to see a Bo Dallas return this weekend at some point, maybe on the Raw or after Mania or something. I don't know if I want him to be Uncle Howdy though. I think I just want him to be Bo.
No need to shame it's
yeah. You don't have to lie about the
men cry. Real men cry.
Once they started talking about Brody.
Yeah, dude.
You saw Bray talking in that interview about Bro, and you were like, man, that brought me back to that because that Brody, that was right at 2020. Like that was a tough one for me.
Yeah.
That I was like legitimately depressed and like sad over that.
I remember
I was legitimately upset about that. And I was legitimately, I'm upset about all of them, but I was legitimately really upset about Bray too. Just because those dudes are like near my age. They're two guys, the Wyatt family, the first iteration of and again, I liked all of Bray, but the first iteration of the Wyatt family with him and Luke Harper and Rowan, when they were the swamp dudes, that was it for me. When I saw that on NXT, I was like, holy shit, I like this.
Yeah, it's creepy.
I like this.
It was something special.
Yes. And then he made the Fiend, and that was amazing. And I was really excited to see where they were going with this current Bray. But obviously, it happened.
And then they're like showing his kids and stuff, and I was just like, man,
that was bad.
Mrs. Pluggo looked at me and told me I wasn't allowed to like take long naps anymore. And I was like, because that's essentially, it's like you never fucking know. It's so quick. Enjoy life, man. Live it up. He touched everybody. You could tell like that talked in that documentary. Sometimes you watch these documentaries and you can kind of tell that like that person's there, and it's I don't want to say forced, but it just doesn't feel. You could tell.
Oh, you mean like Bill Belichick on the Dynasty documentary on Apple Plus? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I didn't even know that.
I don't even know why he would agree to do. Why did he even agree to do that? Why did he even agree to do it?
What is that? You'll have to send it to me or tell me.
It's on Apple TV. They did a 10-part series on the Dynasty of the Patriots. A 100% drive-by on Bill Belichick. They blame Bill for everything. For everything they blamed him for. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But he's sitting there. They had him be a part of it. And that you could tell from the first scene. He's like, I don't want to be here.
I don't want to be here. We're on to the next part. We're on to part two. But no, what I'm saying is just like everybody genuinely could tell like they meant.
Oh my God.
Bray meant the world to them. They all spoke elegantly. You could tell they were trying to hold back, like just from breaking down, just talking about him. And that, man, I didn't expect my night to go that way. Like I was just sitting there on a whim going, I haven't watched this Bray documentary yet. And Mrs. Plug was like, let's watch it. And I was like, all right, it's 2 hours long. She's like, sure. She thought she was like, well, why don't we just break it up into 2 parts? And it was so captivating. We were like,
oh yeah.
Powered through it.
And they had a lot of never before seen footage, a lot of never before seen like recorded audio. It was very good. And I think they did a really good job of honoring him.
And that's what I love. And that's what I always was drawn to Bray in that sense. And I know we've talked about it when we did the show the night he passed, like just the vibe. Like I'm not into the supernatural creepy like stuff generally, but like in wrestling, I'm always drawn to that like different. His cadence was always different. You always believed what he was saying. It seemed genuine. He had a different aura about him, the charisma fact. Man, and that documentary just brought it all back.
Yeah. He had it in spades, man. He had it in spades. And yeah, dude, he was a different cat. He was a different type of cat, and he connected with everybody and a lot of different types of wrestling fans and things like that, because I think he had a little bit of something that everybody liked. And I think what's more important is, even in this documentary and outside of this documentary, anybody that has spoken a word about that guy, they have all said like he is one of the best people they've ever met.
Yeah, nicest
ever
guy.
met. Like, you know, he always cared about everybody. He always was asking how everybody was doing. He would protect people. He would, you know, it just seemed like, you know, as good as he was on our screens as a performer, he was even better a human. And I think at the end of the day, that's what's most important. So, but it's a really good documentary. If you haven't seen it, I would prepare to be emotional. I prepare to cry because it's tough, clearly. But the first hour and 15 minutes when they're talking about like the wrestling part of it, man, it is the whole thing's good, but that part is really, really good because they're diving into all the iterations, I thought it was very cool how they had his best friend layered throughout it, who like did all the masks and the stuff like that. I thought that was pretty cool. And I loved how they portrayed Bo Dallas. Like he was the main guy of the, you know, they talked to him, his sister, and his mom the most, I feel like, from the family and just in general. But it was really about like Bo was kind of the lead of this. And I thought that he looked great, and it made me want to see Bo. It made me want to see Bo come back. And I know that's not the purpose of this, but it made me want to see Bo come back because I think there is a void without Bray here, and Bo is not going to replace that. But I think I would like to see Bo. I would like
I think he did it right. I think they've done it right where it's like whenever you're ready that you have a spot in this company, and it wasn't like, hey, he's right there the next week and he's, you know, just continuing down this Uncle Howdy gimmick without Bray. It would have just been, I don't want to go down a negative, but it's kind of like at some point with the Dark Order with Brody, it was like, this is not the same. And then we're holding on. I just didn't want them. So I'm glad. I'm super excited that like, it feels like Bo's got that itch again and maybe he's ready to come back. And I think a good time, like you said, this would be a good week if you wanted to try it. Everything's at a high. He's feeling better about it. Like letting it breathe a little bit for him because he, like he said, it was his dude. Like that was his idol. That was his brother. He did everything with him. And so like, when he's ready, I'm glad the WWE, it seems like would be, come back. You're ready to go. We'll do it. We'll try to see this vision through. And I hope he's successful at it, man. Cause Bo Dallas he's always made the best out of situations, whether it be the Bo Leave gimmick or the B team. So
one of the first ever NXT champions down there as well.
Yeah. So I'm super happy that documentary came off really well, and it just makes you think like, hey, enjoy life, man. Don't keep the negative shit out. Have fun with it. Don't let drama get just because it could like that. And then you know what?
Yeah, I agree. Unless, you know, the only time you shouldn't enjoy life is when Pluggo is making up asinine ideas.
Wait a minute.
Ruin the main event of WrestleMania. But other than that,
asinine things that have been done in the history of wrestling. I'm sorry.
All right. A little bit of overtime.
I don't think he's gonna do it, but goddamn.
A little bit of overtime. We're not getting back into it, I swear to God.
I will sit here by myself then for the next 45 minutes to an hour and just talk about how Triple H is gonna ruin
you'll just see the Between Two Beards account like tweet out an RIP to JP.
Oh, you remember back in the day? That's how you find out
where you're like, damn, I think he actually did leave.
Remember when back in the day on MySpace when bands used to put like whatever their heavy metal band name was, and it'd be like blank blank RIP 2012 to 2012. 2013. It's like we'll do that. X Beard X RIP because Pluggo's still ranting about stipulation changes and shutting things down. Listen, if The Rock pulls out a gun and puts it to Cody's head, I think Trips has got to step in at some point.
Come on. It ain't gonna be that bad. Jesus.
I mean, Arn's glocked up. Maybe Arn Anderson shows up.
Maybe. Who knows?
I don't know, man.
We'll find out. But we'll be talking about it next week. We will be here, same time, 8 p.m.
See you on the other side of WrestleMania.
Yes, I'm sure we'll be talking about WrestleMania recaps. I think we're gonna get a proper. I feel like it's been a couple years since we've gotten a really good proper night after Mania Raw, and I feel like we're gonna get a good night after Mania Raw. So we'll be talking Mania. We'll be talking, maybe we'll have some call-ups, some debuts, some returns on Raw afterwards. We'll be talking all that fun stuff. next week. But until then, Pluggo, let the people know where they can find you, where they can find us here with Beards, and then I'll do my thing and we'll get out of here.
Oh boy. Well, you can find me Pluggo _ on Twitter, Pluggo on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all those social medias. You can find me Saturday morning, 10 a.m. with Blair Pacheco, Grainmaker Podcast. We're doing 4 Exposure. We're talking about the back half of the collective, the stuff that's already gone on, plus the stuff that will go on Saturday morning at 10. You can actually tomorrow. I did a WrestleMania preview with Chris Parrish of the Chris Parrish Show. That'll be debuting on his social media, so I'll retweet it out if you want me talking about more WrestleMania. And like you said, we talked to Ella J Tuesday. It debuted. Go take a look at that. We always love getting to hang out with Ella and shooting the shit, talking wrestling. It's always fantastic. And then, yeah, you can find, if the show continues, you can find at B2 Beards on all social medias for all your Between Two Beards updates. If JPJ doesn't quit after we go off air.
It's all on Triple H's hands.
If he shows up and you're like, that son of a bitch was right. Holy shit, I owe him an apology.
Maybe we'll have to see.
He showed up. He changed the course of the match. Holy shit. He brought back his company. He took it over. The authority is back. Pluggo's a genius.
Same to you, Killer Crow. Enjoy WrestleMania. Hit me up on the Twitter. Hit me up on the socials. We'll talk it through. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even want to speak it into the ether. But anyway, you can follow me at JPJ Loves Gaming on all social media platforms, including Twitch and over on YouTube as well. Appreciate all the love. You can find me here, every Thursday, 8 p.m., the flagship show here at LPW Love Wrestling Between Two Beards. And you can find me on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. with Drew Nicholas, who you saw in the chat earlier. That was on Pluggo's side, pissing me off. My 2 co-hosts, honestly. My 2 co-hosts giving me the shit. Anyway, you can find me there Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. talking.
And my co-host has got beef with you.
AEW. Yeah, what the fuck?
What's going on, man?
Unbelievable. The disrespect that I receive for carrying this place. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
But you guys
maybe that's why.
Until next time, enjoy WrestleMania. Scott, hold on to your horses, baby. Here comes Sue. Peace out.
Boom.
Hey there, Pluggo and JPJ. It's Trent's mom, Sue, and I have a bone to pick with you. So, I understand that you guys are being real idiots and spending your entire monthly budget. You've got to be kidding me. This is not the way to be when you're trying to run a business. Your boss, Spencer, is really pissed off at you. I'm pissed off at you. You have some nerve. Get a grip. You have to control yourself. You can't just go out and spend all the money that you're making, you Two Beards guys. Oh no, this is coming out so stupid. Anyway, behave yourselves, or I'm going to cut you off from watching AEW. You're no longer going to get to know, be able to meet my son. What? Or me. I'm sorry, this is like, I don't know. Anyway, thanks so much for being fans. Watch yourselves. Not good.